the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? This that boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back. New minute today, USA Boxing. We are back. Yes, y'all. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Really happy about this show today, man. I got my main man coming through today. He gonna slide through in about an hour. You know what I mean? I really wanted to talk about this fight, you know, between Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. I'm really excited about this fight, dog. I can't even lie to you, man. For those who don't watch female women's boxing, this fight here is the equivalent of, let's say if we were to get a Crawford Spence fight, it would be the equivalent of that, or it's the equivalent of maybe a Sugar Ray and Hagler or something like that. I'm not using hyperbole when I say this. You know what I mean? I'm not using hyperbole when I say this. This fight that's coming up is literally literally like that important, that big for the sport of boxing, especially women's boxing. Especially when you break down the skill set, you understand both of these women's journey, what they bring to the table from a skill standpoint. Really excited. I'm really excited about this. Really excited about this fight. I really am. You see what I'm saying? Let's give everybody a round of applause. Let's say, Coach, why are you at this fight? I thought you were going to be here in New York. Yeah, something had came up, Arlette. Something came up. You know what I mean? I'm having issues. You know, when you have when you have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old, you know what I mean? You can't get the, you know, situation worked out as it relates to the kids. That's what the situation is. Not going too much into detail, but you know. Carlos, what's going on, fam? You say 750K is better than what they paying Gallo Estrada. Yeah. I'm not even tripping. I'm not even tripping about that. There was a guy who hit me up, right? From New York, Puerto Rican, you know, a Puerto Rican dude from Puerto Rico. And he was just like, man, you know, he's a diehard Amanda Serrano fan, you know what I mean? And you know, he just talked about, man, I don't think it's fair. You know, Amanda, all of the stuff she's done, you know, she's a 7 or 8 division, 7 division world champion, 7 division world champion. And so he was making an emotional argument about the pay and stuff like that. And so I done some research on it and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, I see based on what they put out there in public information, you know me, I don't trip about, you know, what fighter make what. That has nothing to do with who could throw a check left hook, who can fight off the back foot, you know, who has the best feints, who know how to slip and counter, you know what I mean? You know, who knows how to land perfect body shots, who understands timing and distance, who can time their opponent. That has nothing to do with that, nothing with the skill. You know what I mean? So it is what it is as it relates to that. It is what it is as it relates to that. You see what I'm saying? So, but I really love this though. I really love this fight breakdown. And I'm gonna break it down, and I'm gonna have someone that's gonna break it down even better than I can. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have someone, the only guy that I know that know more about women's boxing. I don't know no one on the internet in this niche of boxing that knows women's boxing better than this guy. I can't name him. You see what I'm saying? And he'll be here at 4:00 my time. So salute to everybody in the chat, man. What's going on? John Doe, what up, Doe? I see you, baby. I see John Doe. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. You know what I mean? We probably ain't gonna have that many people here today, guys, because we're talking about women's boxing. So, you know, a lot of people ain't, a lot of, you know, boxing, most people who watch boxing are men. You know what I mean? So a lot of men ain't really interested in women's boxing. So we probably won't have a lot of people here today, but it is what it is. We still going to talk about it. You know what I mean? And then we got tomorrow, and then we have Friday. We're going to have a damn good show. And then we riding out on Saturday. King Grayson, he say, Coach, what's good, sir? King Grayson, what the lick read, baby? What's happening, fam? What's happening? Jaguar Black. He says, I really don't. What you say, fam? He says, I really don't look forward to women's boxing, but I will watch it. Didn't one of these women just have a baby and got back into shape for the fight? I don't know. I don't know who had a baby, to be honest with you. I really don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know, fam. You know what I mean? So But it is what it is. You see what I'm saying? I like boxing. He said USA boxing program, basically upper echelon when you put sport dedication at its highest discipline level with optimal use of resources, looking into the future greats if they stay disciplined. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and do this, man. Let's get into the show. Now, Amanda Serrano, it's reported that she can make up to $750,000 for this fight. I had the receipts. Right? I told you, a guy hit me up. He's mad as hell. He's been following the Serranos, the sisters, the older sister, since the beginning, and he really loves this lady. He really loves this lady. And Amanda, you know what I mean? She got skills. Her and Katie Taylor have skills. You see what I'm saying? And the crazy part about it is they're fighting on the same day. As Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez. The beautiful part about it is Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez is fighting on the West Coast. I think they're fighting in Vegas, right? They're fighting on the West Coast. And this fight is on the East Coast. So I think the fight starts at like 6:30 somewhere U.S. time, East Coast time, not U.S. time, but East Coast time. So by the time the main event comes on, Bob Arum, the top ranked cards, the main events normally show late. You see what I'm saying? So by the time the main event comes on, we'll be able to catch two main events. We'll be able to see Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, and Shakur Stevenson, Oscar Valdez. But yeah, man, I'm really excited about this fight. Just like I'm excited about Savannah Marshall versus Clarissa Shields coming up later on in the year. I'm really excited about the fight because of the skill set. These women have a high skill set. If you like chocolatito and stuff like that, you're not gonna want to do this. You're not gonna want to miss this fight. If you want to see skills, this ain't gonna be no swinging wide, overhand rights, throwing windmill punches. You're gonna see footwork. You're gonna see angles. You're gonna see feints. You're gonna see manipulating the distance, understanding range. You're gonna see check left hooks. You're gonna see fighting off the front foot, fighting off the back foot. You're gonna see how, like, these women fight like men. Like, literally, they fight like men. That's bro. I'm telling you. So I'm not even trying to hype it up. I'm just hyped about it. You know what I mean? I'm just hyped about it. But anyways, Amanda Serrano is one of the GOATs when it comes to women's boxing, right? This woman is a hell of an athlete. Not only is she one of the best female boxers currently today, and will probably go down as one of the best female boxers of all time, but she's also a mixed martial artist and a professional wrestler. She's a hell of an athlete. She's held 9 major world titles across 7 weight divisions. She's been Fighter of the Year twice. You see what I'm saying? As of March 2021, she is ranked as the world's best active female featherweight by the Ring, by Ring magazine, by the Ring, and BoxRec. And she's also the 3rd best active female pound for pound by ESPN, and 3rd by the Ring, by Ring magazine. They got us pound for pound ranked number 3. They probably got Katie Taylor ranked number 1, if I'm not mistaken. Everybody's high on Katie Taylor. Understandably so. She's undefeated. She's undisputed. Katie Taylor is a 2-weight division world champion, guys, and she is currently the undisputed lightweight champion of the world in women's boxing. She's held the WBA since 2017. She's held the IBF since 2018, and the WBC and WBO and the Ring magazine title since 2019, as well as having held the WBO junior-welterweight title in 2019. She's undisputed. There's no dispute about are there any other champions in the weight division. The old school cats called, see, this is how old school, how I grew up. The guy who had the belt, back then, they didn't have a whole bunch of belts that they have now. They didn't have all of these belts that they have now. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, before I was born. But the cats, my uncle Benny and stuff like that, and my uncle Romy, we used to talk about boxing and stuff like that. And, they used to tell, they considered, the guy who had the belt, which they only had like 1 belt at that time, it's very easy to become undisputed because you didn't have so many different champions. You didn't have an IBF champion and a WBO champion and a WBC champion and a WBA champion and you didn't have all of that. So I'm a champion and I'm a WBC champion, but yet I got 3 other champions in the weight division. You see what I'm saying? So I beat that champion, I beat this champion, I beat this champion. And this is what I was saying about the Floyd Mayweather argument. Anytime a Floyd Mayweather fanboy come to me saying, yeah, Floyd Mayweather beat more champions than any fighter in the history of boxing. I say, yeah, because he had more champions to fight in comparison to those dudes back then. Back then, you only had one guy. Once one guy had the belt, he was the champ. So of course he's gonna have more champions, because shit, he can become a champion. He can become a champion 3 times. Hell, in one weight division, then move up to another weight division. You got 4 different champions there. Beat those guys, or beat 3 of those guys. That's 7 world champions. Then come back down and fight another guy, 3 more guys who may have the weight division, who may have vacated, because once you moved up, you vacated the belts. So you have more guys as champions right now. You see what I'm saying? So, it is. But, I know that doesn't make sense to some of these fanboys. They don't get it. These fanboys are something else, guys. But as I said before, you know what I mean? This woman right here, Katie Taylor, is a pure boxer. And she's one of the best boxers I've seen in a long time. Katie Taylor became one of only 8 boxers in history, female or male, to hold all 4 major world titles in boxing. As I said before, she's undisputed. You see what I'm saying? Simultaneously. You see what I'm saying? Simultaneously in the 4-belt era. You see what I'm saying? Now, she won the Olympic gold medal in the lightweight division back in 2012. And she's also she also has one of the best amateur records in the history of the sport of boxing. Literally. You see what I'm saying? As I said, she's a phenomenal boxer, but she doesn't have the power that Amanda Serrano possesses, nor does she have the experience on a professional level as Amanda Serrano. Amanda Serrano is 41-1, I think. I think she's 41-1 with 1 draw. And Katie Taylor is 20-0, if I'm not mistaken, right? But Katie Taylor is clearly, in this particular fight, the A side. You know what I mean? And I don't get involved in A side, B side, because when I look at it from a skill set standpoint, both of these women are pretty much even. It's a 50-50 fight, in my opinion. You see what I'm saying? But Katie is clearly the A side in this particular fight coming up in this match, because she's the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. I don't think, you can't argue that. If you got 4 belts, you undisputed, and I'm coming up and I don't have the belt, have any belt in that weight division, then hey man, it is what it is. You see what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. I don't care nothing about that. Either way, guys, history will be made this Saturday night at Madison Square Garden. And it's in the Garden. It's in the Garden. Now, the question I have is this. Will Amanda Serrano can crack, but she's stopping mofos. She stopped people. Now, some people will say, oh man, Amanda ain't fought nobody. She ain't fought nobody. Okay, well, we're gonna find out what's going on Saturday night. We're going to find out. You know what I mean? That's the beautiful part about having an argument. You can't go wrong in this fight. If you like Katie Taylor, there's nothing wrong with that. If you like Amanda Serrano, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what? The end-all, be-all is going to happen Saturday. You see what I'm saying? Will Amanda's power is southpaw style, and she's a southpaw. Southpaw style be too much for Katie Taylor? Or will Katie Taylor's fast-paced type style of boxing and aggressive style of boxing be too much for Amanda to overcome? What do you guys think? Let's get into this. Now, a lot of you guys, I don't expect, again, a lot of you guys probably don't know anything about female boxing, and I understand that, you know what I mean? So a lot of you guys probably don't know a lot about women's boxing. And to be honest with you, the only guy I know that know more about women's boxing than anybody is Julius. Julius, and that's the Ring IQ. This guy, shit, listen, you can call him up. I could probably get in contact with him and say, hey man, he probably know about the midget, not trying, no disrespect to midgets, but he probably know about the professional midget boxing league. Yeah, B, this midget right here, he's only 4 foot 2 inches tall, but I'm telling you, B, he's a southpaw. He has he's a southpaw now. He has a mean check right hook, and he likes to throw the straight left to the body. He's pretty good. Now, this other midget right here, he's 4 foot 3 inches tall. Like this dude, anything dealing with boxing, he know about it. You got some people who just limited. They just know about men's boxing. They just know about certain weight divisions. But this dude here know about every weight division, men and women. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. I'm dead ass serious. Draper, what you say, fam? You say Taylor going to sleep. Okay. You think Taylor's going to sleep. All right. Daniel Rios, he said Ring IQ is the only reason why I'm into women's boxing. Yeah. Hell yeah. I'll smile back if you're ugly. He said, what's next for the winner of Taylor versus Serrano? Alicia Baumgartner or Michaela Myers? Hey, listen, right now, I don't want to get too far ahead of that. We don't know what's going to be next. Smile back if you're ugly. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. I really don't know. We'll just see how it play out. But this right here is a 50-50 fight, bro. Because let me tell you something. And I'm going to tell you some of the tangibles that I see. Katie Taylor has a high work rate. She has some of the best feints in boxing. You know what I mean? I always talk about how good Tyson Fury, how good he is with his feints. But these women here, to me, they got better feints than Tyson Fury. And I always exclude these women because to be honest with you, I'll pretty much forget about them. But man, listen, bruh, like Katie Taylor, I'm finna break down both of them. Katie Taylor has some monster ass feints. She's very fast, very quick, excellent head movement. She knows how to get in and out. She knows how to overwhelm you with a high work rate inside the pocket. She has a nice ass left hook. She has a nice left hook, bro. The high ring IQ. She understands angles very well. Know how to manipulate the distance. You see what I'm saying? And she just on you. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I was looking at her doing some pad work. Katie Taylor, bro, let me tell you something. She fight like a goddamn man. And that's a compliment. She fights like a man. Literally. The way she slip punches, the way she the way she goes in and out, the way she uses feints, the way she sets up her offense with her defense, her head movement, bro, like, and she don't get tired. You get what I'm saying? Amanda Serrano, she can fight on the front foot. She can fight on the back foot. Amanda Serrano has a damn good jab. She's a southpaw. I like, if it's an advantage I can really, really give her in this fight, I like the way she goes to the body. She is a body snatcher. She's a body snatcher. And when she throws combinations, she don't throw just 1, 2. She throw like 3, 4, 5 punch combinations. Like she'll catch you with a right hook, then throw a straight left to the body. You know what I mean? Then come back with another right hook, then throw a straight left. Like she'll hit you with 4, 5 punches, and she'll hit you with 4, 5 punch combination. She has damn good punch placement. She's accurate. Katie Taylor is very accurate. Again, she can fight off the back foot as well. She can fight off the back foot, and she has power. Now, some people would say, "Oh man, yeah, she's stopping people, but she ain't stopping nobody." Yada 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 yada. So I mean, I get it. You can make an argument for both women. But man, let me tell you something, man. Like I cannot stress to you guys the magnitude of this fight, how big and great this fight is, not only for women's boxing but for boxing in general. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not capping. I'm not capping when I say this. And if you've seen any of these women fight, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? Let's see. Daniel Rios, what you say about? He say, Coach, check out Boxing Gyms breakdown of the fight. Great stuff. Oh, Boxing Gyms, okay. I'll check it out. Hey, I'll check it out, Daniel. I'll check it out. I'll check it out, fam. Jonathan, what you say, fam? He say, shout out the Ring, man. Yeah. Yeah, man, that dude right there, man. That dude right there. The Martin, he say, Coach got midgets reaching for the off button because he used the M word. Yeah, man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the like button. You know what it is, man. In this PC era that we live in, me being an old school throwback guy, I can't adjust and adapt to the new school way of doing things. I can't do it. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm set in my ways when it comes to that. I'm not doing it. Shout out to Tommy Gunn. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy. Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy. Tommy Gunn, what did say, fam? He say, Coach, Katie Taylor lacks body shot defense. Even when she gets hits to the body, she doesn't block them. Tommy Gunn, you're 100% correct about that. You're 100% correct about that. And I don't think that's going to be a good thing for her fighting Amanda Serrano on this weekend. Now, I'm not going to, I'm going to give you guys my prediction now. I'm going for Katie Serrano. Not Katie Serrano. It's Katie Serrano. I missed it 2 days. I'm going for Amanda. I'm picking Amanda to win this fight. It's a 50-50 fight. The fight can go either way. I'm going the way of Amanda. You know what I mean? I'm going the way of Amanda. And my reason being is that right there. One of the reasons what you said right there. Amanda Serrano has more power, in my opinion. Katie does get hit sometimes. She has a tendency to get hit because she likes to mix it up. Katie Taylor is she's coming. She's coming. Pause. She's coming. You know what I mean? And the way she slip punches and reacts, and if you make one mistake on Katie Taylor, she gonna throw some stuff at you. You see what I'm saying? She's gonna throw some stuff at you. So, but I'm going for Amanda because I like both women have excellent footwork. But I like the way Amanda, she can fight on the front foot or the back foot. I like the fact that she's a southpaw in this fight. She is a pretty good, if I look at the two women, I would give Amanda an advantage in the power department, but she does excellent body work. And Katie Taylor, like you say, she's not really good at protecting her body shots. Her body defense is not that well. It's not that good. You know what I mean? You know what? This is the kind of fight right here. It should be 3-minute rounds. It should be 3-minute rounds. And both women, they don't get tired. They have a high engine. You see what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Either way it go, bro. Either way it go, bro. It doesn't matter. Either way it go, it doesn't matter. Whoever you pick, it's a win-win situation. Cool Boy Curry, what you say, fam? He say, Coach, Savannah versus Shields will be another good fight. Yes, it will. This is gonna be another good fight. True. Hey, like this gonna be another good fight. That fight right there. I don't know if there's a date on it yet, right? I don't know if there's a date on it yet. But we'll see. I don't know if they have a fight date. You know what I mean? Yet, but you know, it is what it is. Look, hold on, what's going on? He said, be respectful, please. Hey, little green eyes Pete, man. You know, the people, you know, you know what I mean? If they, I don't know what's going on in the chat because I can't see everybody, but I can't see everybody. But Jaguar Black, what you say, fam? He said, yeah, just this year alone is so great for boxing. All the undisputed titles. And it's for undisputed. Katie Taylor's already undisputed. If Amanda can win this fight, she would be the newly undisputed fighter. You see what I'm saying? So, bro, y'all don't understand the magnitude of how big this is, how great this fight is, how great this fight match up right here, bro. Like, y'all don't understand how great this is, bro. Like, when I tell you I am so excited about this fight, I'm more excited about this fight, to be honest with you, than Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson. To be honest with you, I'm more excited about this fight than that fight. And I'm excited about the Oscar Valdez and Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson fight. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm really excited about that fight. I'm at a 10. But when it comes to this fight right here between Katie and Amanda, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm kind of like at a 12. I'm kind of like at a 12. I'm not gonna lie to you. So Oscar Valdez and Shakur, I'm at a 10. But Amanda and Katie Taylor, I'm at a 12. Dead ass serious. Shout out to Boxing Wave for dropping that. Bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He's an excellent channel, bro. I appreciate that, fam. I got Serrano and Stevenson this weekend. I got Serrano and Stevenson this weekend, too. We got the same picks. All right, well, we got the same picks. We got the same picks. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna see. I can't even lie, bro. Like, but listen, bro, you want to see some high skill, high ring IQ, feints, jabs, body shots, check left hooks. Using defense to set up the offense, footwork, understand the distance and range, punching from different angles, bro. You want to see some listen. I'm talking about these women fight like men. They fight like men. And I'm not saying, I'm dead. And when I say men, I'm not talking about no scrub men. I'm talking about these two women are equivalent to a Canelo, since Canelo is like the face of boxing over here. Canelo versus I would say Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? Or no, you know what? I want to use Canelo. I say like a Floyd versus Diego Corrales. You know what I mean? Just that build up of that. Now we know what happened when Floyd destroyed him, but like a Manny Pacquiao, a Marquez. You know what I mean? Something of that. I'm trying to think of like some top level men to get you in the mind frame of what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying from a stylistic standpoint, these women, fight like these guys I just named, but I'm saying, I'm trying to show you the ring IQ, the skill set. These women, if they were men, it'd be on that level. If these women were men, it'd be, oh my God, we got to get to this fight. This is Sugar Ray and Hagler. This is Hagler and John Mugabe. This is Pernell Whitaker and Julio Cesar Chavez. If they were men, this the level of excitement that this fight would be. You know, I'm dead, and I'm not using hyperbole. Not using hyperbole. I'm not. He said, coach is joking. Joking about what? Joking about what? I'm dead ass serious about that. I'm not, you know, if I don't know what you're talking about, fam. He say, coach, they have been doing 2-minute rounds although their whole career. That's women's boxing though. Women's boxing is 2-minute rounds. I would love for it to be 3-minute rounds, but shit, that ain't their fault. That's not their fault. You see what I'm saying? I would love for it to be 3-minute rounds, but hey, man, you know what I mean? He said, what up, coach? The Mars in the chat. Hope y'all are good. Snow Reaper, salute to you, fam. Salute to you, fam. He said, yeah, bro, coach, Dave been down 2 minutes. All I threw. He said, all through professional career. Yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. El Lobo, what you say, fam? He say, bro, I cannot wait for this fight. Yeah, me neither, fam. Me neither, fam. I mean, you know, I think they should change the rules to, change it to 3-minute rounds. This fight right here should be, listen, when you're fighting this caliber, or fighting on this level here, I think that I think the women should fight 3-minute rounds anyways. You see what I'm saying? But this fight should be a 3-minute round. This fight should be 3-minute rounds. This fight should be 3-minute rounds. Hands down. So shout out to Guido. Shout out to Guido. Yeah, man, this fight should be 3-minute rounds. You see what I'm saying? Chavez Meldrick Taylor. Yeah, Guido, that's it. Chavez Meldrick Taylor. Hit the nail right on the head. Yep. This gonna be a good one, bro. This gonna be a good one. I'm really excited about this. You know what I mean? Again, I know a lot of the men don't watch female boxing, so they really don't know. I know they don't know. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? So Mustafa, what you say, fam? Mustafa say, Amanda asked for 3 minutes, but Katie didn't indulge. You know what? I don't even know if they have there ever been a situation to where I don't even know if they would have even in Mustafa. In all fairness, I don't even know if they would have even considered like they would have just changed the rules to 3 minutes for this particular fight. I don't even know if they would have did that. To be honest with you, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. I don't even know if the boxing commission in New York would have even did that. I don't even know they would have did that, bro, to be honest with you. So I think even if Katie Taylor would have said, yeah, man, I want to do 3-minute rounds as well, I don't think that they would have changed the rules for this fight anyways. To be honest with you. Shout out to Edwin for dropping that $2 bam super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Edwin says, salute, coach. Katie will outbox and makes Serrano quit. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with your opinion. I feel the opposite. I don't think neither woman is going to quit. You know, I feel the opposite. I'm picking Serrano. I'm picking Amanda. So you know, we gonna find out. We gonna find out on Saturday. We gonna find out Saturday. Daniel Rios, he said Amanda needed to ask for that during negotiations, though. Slim Reaper, what you say, fam? He said, I saw a video with Shakur and Valdez, coach. Blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah. He said part 1. And Shakur was saying he's better than Floyd. He's a real confident kid, man. Yeah, he's very confident. Shakur's very, like me, I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't jump down the throats, jump on the necks of the younger fighters when they be saying like crazy shit. Like he said, like Shakur Stevenson said that, he said that Tyson Fury was better than Muhammad Ali and all that shit. They're like the reason why I don't rip the younger guys because they're young, they don't know no better. Even though they are professional boxers, but they don't know no damn better. He's only going by what he sees right now. He don't know, like that's just my opinion. When they say stuff like that, it is what it is. He's a young kid. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Bush God, what you say, family? Say women need to go 3-minute rounds and get paid more. Time to do what's best for the sport. Yeah, but I don't think that Bush God, I don't know who that would be up to. You get what I'm saying? Like, who would that be up to make sure that they up the you get what I'm saying, Bush God? Like, I wonder who would that be up to. Boxing as a whole would have to change the rules and say, hey man, the women need to fight 3-minute rounds. Truth be told, you get what I'm saying? They would have to do that. Ninja, what you say, fam? You say, nah, change it to 3 minutes in the future, but keep it 2 minutes for the fight. Because that's what both are used to right now. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Hey, but you know what though? Hey, Ninja, check this out. I'm willing to bet that when these women spar, because you know they spar men. You know these women spar men in the gym. Because it ain't like it's a whole bunch of goddamn women, high skill set women running around. But I wonder, I'm pretty sure when they train, they probably train 3-minute rounds anyways. Or they probably train 4 or 5-minute rounds. You see what I'm saying? Like you heard stories where like with Floyd Mayweather, when he used to spar, he'll say turn the clock off, and they spar in 7-8 minute rounds. You know, Floyd was in phenomenal conditioning. That was his gift as he got older and didn't have the as he got older and his body started breaking down and he turned into Money May. You know, he changed his style and pretty much became more of a defensive fighter versus when he was Pretty Boy Floyd. You know, they used to turn the clock off. Like these women, I wonder do some of them do that. You see what I'm saying? I want to do some of them do that. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure they not training. You know, when they sparring, I'm pretty sure they ain't sparring 2-minute rounds. I'm pretty sure that. I mean, I have no proof of that, but I'm pretty sure they not. Guido would say, fam, he say, when have Amanda Serrano quit? I ain't. Hey, that's how the brother feel, man. I mean, I totally disagree with it, but that's how he feels. So, you know, he said, would the winner of this fight be considered the GOAT coach? And you know what? They in the GOAT. Listen, Amanda Serrano she's a 7-weight division world champion. She's one of the GOATs. She's one of the GOATs. Of course, Clarissa Shields would say she's the best. I've been undisputed in 2 weight divisions. You know what I mean? And then, see, the men argument, who really can't get into women's boxing, the men argument is, man, you know, they ain't really got no competition in women's boxing. The women, all of the women are really not that good. So that's been the knock on Amanda Serrano. They've been saying, oh, man, she ain't really been fighting nobody. Yeah, she's a 7-weight division world champion, but she ain't fought nobody. And then some people would say, hey, man, Katie Taylor has fought tougher competition in her 20 fights than Amanda Serrano did in her 40. I think she's had 43 fights because she's 41-1-1. And, you know, so she's had fought tougher competition. So, you know, my thing is, what I like about these online arguments and debates that we have about these fighters, what I love about them is when the fights actually happen, that settles all things. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I like about it. But I'm going with Amanda, man. I'm going with Amanda. He says, Coach, who's your favorite twin? Taylor Serrano. Said, who's your favorite to win? Oh, I got Serrano. I'm picking Serrano. I'm picking Amanda. I'm picking Amanda, man. You know what I mean? So, I think both women are in their 30s. I think Katie Taylor's like 35 and Amanda is 32. Katie will be 36. I think she'll be 36 this year. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, both women are, you know, a few years apart. But I'm telling you, bro, you're gonna have to, you're not gonna want to miss this fight. Not gonna want to miss this fight, bro. I promise you, bro. Shout out to Lisa Bell. She said the fight was already scheduled for 2-minute rounds. The commission in certain states wouldn't change the fight to 3 minutes. Yeah, you see what I'm saying, Lisa? Like, this is what I'm saying. I kind of figured that the commission and stuff like that, they would have to be the ones to do that. They would have to be the ones to do that. And you know what? I don't know why women don't fight 3-minute rounds. I really don't know. I don't know why they do that. I don't know. I don't like, you get what I'm saying? I don't know why. Like, why they say these, you know, do they feel like they don't want women taking that much punishment? That could be it too. It could be a punishment thing. It could be that. Jaime, what you say, fam? You say these women fight like men and have real skills. Hey, check this out though. Hey, Jaime, check this out, fam. I love the fact that they're having this fight in Madison Square Garden. And guess what? I got to bring up Jake Paul. I know what y'all gonna say. Jake Paul, the YouTuber, the guy who was on, you know, Disney. I think he was on Disney, something like that. Bro, listen. You know, I was hard on Jake Paul. Pause. Pause. You know, meaning that I was in my criticism. Like, oh man, they got this dude in boxing, this and that. But let me tell you something, man. I was wrong about that kid, Jake Paul. You know, he's a Capricorn like me. He was born the same day. He was born the same day as me. Same day as Muhammad Ali, same day as Usyk. He's a cap, you know what I mean? So I'm like, God damn, I didn't know he was a cap. When I found out he was a cap, I'm like, oh, okay, you know, he's a cap. So okay, you know, you feel me? And this dude got a fight contract with Showtime. But Amanda made the most money she's ever made in her professional career fighting on the Jake Paul undercard. I think when Jake Paul fought Tyrone Woodley, the first fight, she was on that undercard. She made the most money she's ever made. And it's funny because this woman made the most money she's ever made fighting on a YouTuber's turned boxer's undercard. But other boxing promoters and stuff like that, they really wasn't paying these women. That's something else. So anytime a promoter can put more money into, and this guy's a promoter now, believe it or not, put more money in a fighter's pocket is always good. I don't get into the fantasy and promoting, but for what I'm learning about this fight here is the highest payout. These women are going to make the most money than any female has ever made in a professional fight, which is phenomenal within itself. Again, I'm not getting into fantasy and promoting, but I'm talking about as it relates to the women. You know, the women pretty much fight for peanuts and crumbs. You know what I mean? So the simple fact that these women are getting paid, and to be fair, a lot of the men fight for peanuts and crumbs. There's not a whole bunch of Canelos walking around boxing. There's not a whole bunch of Anthony Joshua's or Tyson Furies are walking around boxing. You see what I'm saying? So most fighters, they really don't make no money. Most fighters, I think the average boxer makes about anywhere between $40,000 to $50,000 a year. That's the average boxer. Can't make this up. And I think a lot of times, you know, us as fans, we forget that. We think that, oh man, you know, all of these fighters are, you know, rich and making millions and they doing real good. No. Most fighters ain't making a goddamn thing. There's only there's only a handful of elite fighters. To prove my point, let me tell you how I know what I'm talking about. Just go on YouTube and look at your boxing channels. Just go on YouTube and look at the boxing channels. They talk about the same fighters damn near every day. That tells you everything you need to know. They don't talk about Chocolatito. They don't talk about Navarrete. Very few channels do that, who cover everything. But most of your channels, they talk about the same fight. And to be fair, I haven't talked a lot about the smaller weight divisions myself. So I've been guilty of that as well, to be fair. So I got to be honest, guys. But there's not a whole bunch of, and I'm gonna tell you there's a reason why these guys don't do that. I'm gonna give you the reason why. You know me, I'm very transparent. I don't hold back the game. I give you the game. Shout out to Jonathan for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said the fight you're trying to compare Taylor versus Serrano to is De La Hoya versus Payout, coach. Nah, not really, because you know that was a one-sided beatdown. You know what I mean? De La Hoya was past his prime. So I'm not trying to compare that. I'm talking about something that's going to be competitive. You know what I mean? You know, Melton Taylor, Julio Cesar Chavez is a good comparison. That's a good comparison. You know what I mean? I was just talking about from a competition standpoint. But I see what you're saying. From a competition standpoint and a skill set standpoint. From a skill set standpoint, yes. Pacquiao, but when Pacquiao fought De La Hoya, he was weight drained, past his prime, yada, yada, yada. Hey, man, what you say, family? He say, coach, I heard this fight was sold out in one day. That's how big this fight is, bro. The fight sold out? Oh, my God. Bruh, they sold out the Garden? You listen, hey, Jaime, you know, check this out. Amanda, she's AS Boricua. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, there's a large, you know, in New York, there's a large Puerto Rican community, a large Puerto Rican community and fan base, you know, of the sport of boxing in New York. They're going to come out for this fight. They're going to come out. This fight is going to be a pro, more than likely. The audience is going to be a pro Amanda crowd. Even though Katie Taylor is undisputed. Now, I don't know how many people that's coming from Ireland. You know what I mean? There's probably going to be a lot of people coming from Ireland that's going to come. But listen, New York going to come out to represent for that girl, man. You can believe that. Slim Reaper, what you say, family? Say Madison Square Garden is going to be jammed for the women's fight, and they deserve it too. But this is beautiful, dog. I've been listening. You know, I don't watch TV, but I've been seeing press from ESPN. They've been talking about this fight. Bro, this is, bro, I'm so excited about this fight, dog. You have no idea. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, man. I'm so excited about this fight, bro. Bro, like this right here, man, is they doing their thing, man. They doing their thing. He said Madison Square Garden is going to be jam-packed for women. They deserve it too. They put the work in for years. Yeah, they put the work in for years. Jake Paul has paid Amanda great money. And good looking out to them. Anyway, let me break this down. Let me break this down. Again, I'm not getting into you know, I'm not getting into you know, fans and stuff like that. But this is the breakdown. For what I've learned, guys, both women will be paid. I think Amanda will be paid $400 and something thousand. As a matter of fact, I think it's $450, something like that, $450,000. And she's going to get 30% of the pay-per-view that they are expecting to sell. So I don't know what that magic number is, and I don't even know what the pay-per-view is going for. I'm about to fight if it's on pay-per-view. I have the zone, but you know, but you get what I'm saying. So I don't know what the pay-per-view is going to be, but she's going to get 33%. So she has a guaranteed pay of like $450,000, something like that. You know what I mean? Which is big for women. And then she's going to get 30% of the pay-per-view. Amanda Serrano is getting $700,000 or $750,000 guaranteed. She's getting a guaranteed purse of $750,000, which is big. Eddie Hearn is paying her handsomely, right? Jake Paul worked out something to where I think Amanda's making $450,000. That's her guaranteed pay. And they get Katie Taylor gets, I'm trying to go off memory, I think 70% of the pay-per-view because she's the A side. Undisputed, I don't think no one can argue that. She's going to get 70% of the pay-per-view. So that 70%, if they meet their quota, it should take her out to $1.5 million. So she's going to double her pay, right? If the pay-per-views meet the quota, meet the number that the networks or promoters know they need to make in order to make a profit, right? And then Amanda's going to get 30% of that, right? So that'll take her out to like $750,000, an extra $300,000. You get what I'm saying? So that's the breakdown. That's the breakdown of it. That's the breakdown of it. That's that's the breakdown of it. That's the breakdown of it. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. What you say, fam? It's not pay-per-view? Okay, cool. I'm glad it's not pay-per-view then. I mean, if it was pay-per-view, I would buy it. I will buy it. You know what I mean? Because I like the quality. You know what I mean? But if it's just on playing the zone, that's good. That's good. But for what I'm hearing, they supposed to have some kind of pay-per-view. I don't know where they have it at. I don't think it's over here in the States. But they supposed to be get some kind of percentage from what I'm. As a matter of fact, let me show you guys. Because I was reading it somewhere. Hold on, guys. Hold on. The hell? I was reading it somewhere. Guys. Hold on. Bear with me. Let me try to pull it up. All right. I gotta pull up my history, guys. Hold on. Honest, all real stuff. I was reading it somewhere. They did a whole breakdown on it. Here it goes right here. Here we go. I don't know how true this is, but the guy broke it down. Let's see. Pay-per-view shares revenue depends. Now I don't know where are they doing pay-per-view at though? I wonder where they're doing pay-per-view at. I'm gonna show it to you. Let me show it to you guys, okay? Let me show it to you. You know, he said at least in the US it's not pay-per-view. Not sure about other countries. Yeah, other countries. I think this is for other countries, fam. I think this is for other countries. Guido, he says I have the zone, so don't have to pay pay-per-view. Hey, but you know what though? Canelo was fighting Bivol. That fight is going to be pay-per-view. And it's on the zone. So I don't know. I don't know, fam. I don't know. But let me show y'all this. I got the receipt right here. Shit. Let me blow this up. Blow it up so you can see it. I had a receipt right here. According to totalportal.com. Sportal. Sorry about that, guys. Let me go ahead and share this. Share my screen right quick so you guys can see what I'm seeing. Now, this is according to Total Sportal, right? According to Total Sportal, it says it broke down the guaranteed payout, right? It said a guaranteed purse. It says right here, guys, this fight will be a pay-per-view event. This is what they say right here. This fight will be a pay-per-view event. Katie Taylor will defend her WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO and ring lightweight titles, undisputed, against Serrano in the fight collaborated by Eddie Hearn and Jake Paul. Guaranteed purse. The guaranteed purses for both boxers is different as it depends upon the records and titles. Taylor, I hope you guys can see this. Taylor is currently the female lightweight champion, undisputed. We know this, right? That's why she is making the most money, while the competitor, Serrano, will pocket only $300,000 guaranteed. So I was wrong. I was wrong, guys. She's only making $300,000. I told you guys she was making $450,000. I was wrong. Pay-per-view, now they're saying something about pay-per-view. It said the pay-per-view shares revenue also depends upon the magnitude and influence of the boxer over the fight. Taylor is the favorite and is currently the big fighter as compared to Serrano. So she will pocket 70% of the pay-per-view shares. You see what I'm saying? While her competitor will only receive 30%. So Katie's making $750,000. I was right about that. But I thought she was Amanda's making $300,000. So she, so I don't know where this pay-per-view part is going to be at. I don't know where it's going to be at, guys. I say the total pay right here, and then what I did like about this article, it tells you how the pay-per-view works as well. Because right here, it said the total payouts are not confirmed as they depend upon the pay-per-view sales and match bonuses. This is that back end money stuff. When people tell you, yeah, man, so we see what's the name made a whole lot of money on the back end. How do you know, sir? How the pay-per-view model works is, these satellite companies or whatever, whoever does the pay-per-view networks, they have a quota, a number that they have to reach. In order for you to get 50% or 70% or whatever percent of the pay-per-view after we recoup our money, in order for you to do that, we would have to do so many pay-per-view buys. It's not like if we do 100,000 pay-per-view buys, you're going to get 70% of 100,000. No, it doesn't work that way. You see what I'm saying? These promoters and networks are not putting fights together for free. They got to recoup their money, right? With the profit. So after they recoup everything, so whatever that magic number is that they need to meet, they may say, well, damn, if we can sell 100,000 pay-per-views, we'll be good. Hey, man, let's give a round of applause to my main man, Julius Ring IQ Boxing. Let's give him a round of applause. He's in the building.
Hey, what's goody, coach?
Hey, what's going on, man? This is my main man right here, Julius. Two Capricorns in the building. Y'all put some respect on my dog name. Let's give him another round of applause.
So what's going on? What's going on? We got a lot of fights this week, man. A lot of fights.
Man, I'm excited about this fight, bro. Bro, you have no idea. I'm hyped up about this fight. You know how I know I'm hyped up? I smoked the joint, and I got some good green before the show started, right? And I don't even feel the weed. It's like, no, it's some good stuff now. You can tell them how my eyes. It's some good stuff, but it's like, because I be on 10 all the time, so it kind of like got me right here. You see what I'm saying? But bro, check it out. What you think about this fight coming up this weekend, man, with Amanda and Kate?
Well, the main thing is, because I don't even want to trash nobody. A lot of the time when the fight would get talked about, it was always a blame game. Like, oh, why the fight ain't happened? Is Eddie Hearn fucking up? Is Amanda fucking up? So now we get to put all that shit away and we get to actually talk about the fight. Yeah. And the main point of intrigue for me is that Amanda has a very pleasing style to the eye. If you know your boxing, she got a good jab. Mm-hmm. She got a good straight left. She got good feet, good body attack. She manages distance well. But what's a glaring disparity is who you doing that with. The same as it is in the men's. They're like, yeah, you could look good with a certain level of competition. But for the first time in your career, that goes all the way back to 2008, for the first time, you win a 50-50 fight. Mm-hmm. And the intriguing dynamic about that is, all right, Katie already been in those. Even if people didn't realize it because they wasn't familiar with her opponents, she already been in them 50-50 fights. Mm-hmm. Whereas for Amanda, this is the first time you in a true blue 50-50 fight with an other girl bringing things to the table that you know, they don't really do you no favors.
Mhm.
I think a lot of people didn't notice on the Jake Paul undercard, or perhaps they didn't realize she was fighting a super bantamweight at featherweight. And that super bantamweight went the distance with you. That was at 126. Your fight with Katie is at 135. Not only has Katie fought naturally bigger girls than you, at least 2 or 3 of them are naturally bigger punches than you. Because the thing with Amanda, her power at 126 ain't the same above 126. Most of her current supporters perhaps don't realize this because they haven't followed her that long. That, yeah, she could punch. You see what she did to Miriam Gutierrez's face, but
Right.
you also know Miriam Gutierrez ain't no motherfucking Katie Taylor. She ain't just going to stand there and take that head dead center, you know what I mean? Shoulders squared up, getting hit square in the face. So that's what's intriguing for me, that now we finally either we going to see how good Amanda really is, right? Now we really going to see that, or we going to finally be able to say, now Katie's the motherfucking one, because her quality of competition, whether people are aware of it or not, is top notch.
You know what? I'm glad you broke that down, because I was saying that in the show right before you came up. A lot of people would say that, hey, Katie Taylor has fought better competition. You see what I'm saying? You just broke it down beautifully. From a technical standpoint, what is it? Who would you give the edge to outside of, you know, fighting the better competition? But from a technical standpoint, like, who would you give the edge to from, like, feints? How Katie Taylor manipulates the distance. I like how she throws punches and bunches, stuff like that. Who would you give the edge to if you can just separate the level of competition? How do you see this fight panning out?
Well, the stylistic matchup, like, a lot of people see that Amanda throws a lot of punches, and that might cause them to believe that she's a pressure fighter, when in reality, no, she's not. She's a boxer puncher. She applies pressure. Everything is off the jab. When she touch you with the jab, everything else gonna come, but she got to touch you with the jab. Katie got 2 base styles. She could be a boxer puncher. She could mix it up with you in the pocket if she want to do that, in and out, but she could also slow the fight down and win boring. So in terms of a technical fight, I actually give Katie the edge, because she could manage the distance in a way that Amanda has not dealt with before. Somebody who could bounce in, throw a couple flurries, get back out, cut some angles, use some pivots, use some shifts, get to the side of Amanda. You got to think about it, and I'm not going to make it about the quality of competition so much as the experiences that they've had. I've already seen Katie in there with a hard punching southpaw that has great fundamentals. I saw that last year in the Jonas fight. If you have any questions about how hard Jonas could punch, bear in mind she just went up to 154 and she just knocked out a full-blown junior middleweight. That's how hard
I saw that fight.
That's how hard she could crack. With Katie, if you watch that fight, the way Katie was able to offset the power was with the feints. She wouldn't let her know at that moment, when is she going to come in? When is she going to actually shoot a shot? I think she can do that with Amanda. What Amanda has, which I think is a rare quality, she could throw punches and bunches from round 1 to round 10. That's that level of fitness. Either you got it or you don't. She could keep throwing the same amount of punches in round 1 as she'll throw in round 10. So that's going to wear on Katie Taylor's gas tank. That's physical. But in terms of technical, yeah, I give that edge to Katie, because she's seen more base styles. She's got ways of dealing with a pressure fighter, and she's already dealt with at least 2-3 pressure fighters that are naturally bigger women than Amanda Serrano.
Hey man, y'all share this video, man. We got, this is history in the making. I watch this guy's videos every day. His editing game is sick. No one knows more about women's boxing overall, but definitely women's boxing. He covers everything, any weight division. I was telling him that you even cover on professional midget boxers as well.
Chill, B. Having trouble with Floyd exhibition matches, man. Like, shit, I cover them shits too.
Hey, check this out. This is another thing. What is the excitement level like? New York has a huge Puerto Rican boxing fan base. What is the level of excitement like?
Let me say this. I'm not in New York. Everybody still think I live in the city. I'm going to break this down as quickly as I can. The only reason I have a YouTube boxing channel is because I moved out of the city to raise my kids. Most people think I'm in it. Bro, if I was in the city, I'd be at the fucking fight. Like, I'd be at the fight. I'm in the fucking country. You know what I mean? So I can't tell you what the ground looked like in New York because I'm not there.
Yeah.
If I was there, I'd be at the fucking fight.
No, but I'm saying I'm having issues with the kids, so I got a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old, so that kind of threw me for a loop. But no, but I'm saying, like, what have you been hearing? Like, I know you saying you're not in the city, but what have you been hearing about it?
Look, the way you know that there's a palpable demand and a palpable interest. If you in New York City, you know damn good and well in the morning you either watching Good Day New York or USA Today. You either watching one or the other. Mm-hmm. I seen both Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano on USA Today, and I believe that was this morning, right? So that already tell you right there where it's at. They're like, oh, they had them on a regular show. It's a regular channel. It's not a premium cable network channel. It's not just some radio show. This is a show and a channel that millions of Americans, let alone New Yorkers, watch. So that gives you an accurate gauge where they at. Eddie Hearn tweeted that they got the Empire State, to drape the Empire State building in the Irish colors and the Puerto Rican colors. Yet again, that's another indicator of where it's at, because they don't do that for just any old shit. Like, they only do that for special shit. So that should tell you where it's at.
Bruh, so you see what I'm saying? You got me hyped over here, B. Hey, listen, if you hear any guy from New York say B, he's an old school cat. I'm telling you, bruh. Bruh, I had a homeboy from Brooklyn named Dennis. Dennis used to put me up on all the BKs. Some of the guys on there don't know what BKs is. British Knights, Buffalinos, the Bucks, stuff like that. Yeah, B, you know what I mean? This in the 80s. Yeah, B, we gotta go to the mall, son. Cause back then, New York used to get all of the fashions before anyone else.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like everybody from Florida, we got to go to New York, find out what's going on. And then when the fashions left New York, it went to Miami first.
Yeah.
And then it worked its way up throughout the state. So yeah, man. Anybody say B? He's old.
I'm old, man. Like, I don't know if I look it, but I'm old, and I'm happy to be old, because just being motherfucking old is a blessing. Being old is a blessing. So I'm cool with being old.
Hey, well, here you go. Hey, listen, check this out. So, from a size standpoint, this brother here is talking about the size advantages. Do you feel like the women should be 3 rounds, 3 instead of 2 rounds now? Especially this fight right here.
I would say this is the main thing, right? A part of what makes it exciting is they got 2 minutes to get it done. So you don't get fill-out rounds. You get action from the beginning. I actually think that helps sell it for right now. For right now, it helps sell it that, like, yo, you're not going to see 2 girls in there waltzing and feinting and fencing with the jabs. You're going to get action as soon as it go. So on that, it's that to consider. But also, if you want them to fight 3-minute rounds, the bread got to be there, because right now the bread is not there. So you essentially asking them to do more work for the same bread. None of us would make that decision. I ain't going to go in and do the same motherfucking job or more work for the same bread. So until we see more changes with the pay scale and advertising revenue and promotion, I don't even think it matters to ask 3 minutes. Like, nah, they go with their 2 minutes. They about to fight in a 2-minute fight on Saturday, and they both make it 7 figures. When this money spread out for everybody, the girls at the lower level, the girls at the mid level, at the upper level, then come back to the 3-minute round. Right now, it's not enough bread out there for everybody, so don't ask them to do more work. That shit is just, it ain't right. You know what I mean?
So what would you compare this fight to? Like, if you was to, and I'm finna tell you where I'm going at with this. For the men that, a lot of men don't watch female boxing. For the men, and you a student of this. For the men who don't watch female boxing, right? What paint a picture for me. Let them know which 2 male fighters that are on top of their games that you would compare these women to show the importance and the magnitude of this fight.
I would say there's similarities between Amanda Serrano and Miguel Cotto, in the sense that even though he fought as an orthodox fighter, he was actually a southpaw. He was a lefty, but because he was a lefty, he used it as power hand to jab. It's real smart, you know what I mean? But when I look at her, even though it's not a carbon copy, she reminds me of Cotto in the sense that Cotto was a strong punching motherfucker. He had some real good tight hooks, and he was a real fundamentally sound guy. He had a very neat and tidy style. That's what I kind of see when I see Amanda. Like, her style is very neat and very tighty. When I look at Katie, I'm not saying she got the same fancy feet as Lomachenko, but there's similarities there. The way she cut angles, the way she pivot and shift, the fact she got two base styles. She could mix it up with you, or she could fight a boring fight. And with Amanda, I kind of think, you know what? You ought to fight a boring fight. If you want to take her power away, that's what you need to do. Slow the fight down, fight boring, win on points, because the woman never been stopped, and there's a good chance you probably won't stop her. But in terms of parallels for men, Amanda does remind me of Miguel Cotto, and Katie kind of remind me of Loma a little bit. She do remind me of him a little bit.
So give me an argument for both fighters. Okay, you're picking Katie Taylor to win this fight, right?
I'm gonna leave that as a surprise, but I can make an argument for both fighters.
All right, so make an argument for both fighters. Tell me why Katie Taylor will win this fight Saturday, outside of the obvious. She's undisputed and stuff like that. But tell me why Katie Taylor would win this fight, and tell me why Amanda will win this fight Saturday. I really want to. I'm very interested in knowing.
Okay, the argument for Katie is that Katie has actually fought more girls like Amanda than Amanda has fought girls like Katie. Katie's fought southpaws as an amateur and as a professional at the highest levels of the amateurs, at the highest levels of the pros. She's faced educated southpaws that are strong punches and that are fundamentally sound. Amanda don't really bring a lot that Katie ain't seen before. That's the argument for Katie. The argument for Amanda is, okay, in front of you, you got a fighter with good legs. What do you got to do to take somebody's legs away? Go to the fucking body. What does Amanda have? A strong body attack, and she's a southpaw, so that could fluster. Maybe that could fluster Katie a little bit, because Amanda's not just a southpaw. She has a very good jab, and everything she throws is off the jab. So maybe, and also I'll add, she's not flat-footed. You know, like Amanda's known as just a puncher, obviously from people who haven't watched her, but she's actually a very good boxer. She has good feet. She's always in an optimal position to punch. So as long as she could get close enough to Katie to go to the body, that'll pay dividends later on, to where Katie starts slowing down. She starts getting hit more, because Katie, I might love her, but she ain't got the best gas tank. She's known to fade in the last couple of rounds. So you could really have some signature rounds, some strong rounds towards the end if you go to the body early. That's the argument for Amanda.
Could you see something of the sort to where Amanda is throwing, jab into the body, similar to how Floyd Mayweather did Corrales, something like that? Could you see her just doing that, understanding, hey man, she's not as defensively sound from protecting body shots? Can you see something like that, or how do you?
Well, I don't know Amanda, because Floyd's stab to the body was about as distinct to me as the Jordan logo. His stab to the body was very unique, and he could do it from the outside coming in. Amanda's body work is more akin to combination punching, that she'll get in with the jab, but once she pin you down, then she gonna go there. So I don't really see a stab to the body so much as combinations to the body, hooks to the body. That's really how she goes to the body.
Hey, Jules, let me get this super chat out of the way. Shout out to Arlette for dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Arlette says, fellow Capricorn and Harlemite in the house. Okay, all right, shout out to Arlette. Shout out to Rider of the Storm for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Rider of the Storm say, two of my favorite YouTube boxing experts, Coach and Jules. Salute, gentlemen. Salute to you, fam. He said, I got Katie and Valdez. This will be an amazing weekend of boxing. But, bro, I'm so excited about this fight, bro. Shout out to Daniel Rios for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Daniel Rio says a meeting of the mind. Shout out to the Ring IQ. Man, listen, when I knew I was going to cover this subject matter, I told you guys yesterday during the show, I said, listen, man, we're going to talk about Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor tomorrow. I'm really excited about this fight. And I said, I'm going to reach out to Jules, see can I get him on the show, because there's no one that I know on YouTube in the boxing circle, in the boxing community, that knows more about women's boxing than him. You know what I mean? He knows way more than I know. So I said, let me get somebody on this show who know more about it than I do. I know who I like, but he can educate me on a lot of different things that I may be overlooking or missing. So, Jules, man, you're not in the city, But they had the women on Good Morning America?
USA Today, USA Today.
USA Today. So they had them on local television. I'm hearing that this fight is sold out at the Garden.
I'm hearing that too.
Hey, bro, listen, bro. Hold on, boy. Do you know how huge this is? Listen, you have two women on the top of their games, irregardless of who you like. It's a beautiful fight for boxing, and they have sold out. If this is true, the Garden, bro. You don't understand how I'm more excited about this fight than the Oscar Valdez and Shakur.
Me too, because I look. I already made up my mind about Valdez and Stevenson months ago. I got Shakur. It's just his style don't do Valdez no favors, and we already seen to a lesser extent how Oscar looked with a style like that with Robson Conceição. Like that dude gave you a lot of problems. Shakur is better than that dude with that same base style. So I'm settled on that. When it comes to Taylor Serrano, yeah, that's a 50-50 fight. Like, I'm not going to count Amanda out. You know what I mean? I'm not going to count her out completely. I'm just saying that if this is a step up in class for anybody, it would be a step up in class for her. An overdue one.
I totally agree with that. Jules, I'm not even going to lie. When I was doing my research, I said, you know what? I see Amanda does have more fights. I think she's 41-1 with one draw. But you hit the nail right on the head. The glaring thing that stood out to me is Katie Taylor fought better competition. She fought bigger girls. There's nothing that I see that Amanda can bring to the table that Katie hasn't seen. You see what I'm saying? And bro, I was looking at some pad work. Bro, listen, everybody in the chat. If you want to see somebody on the goddamn pads, all that pretty shit y'all be seeing Tank Davis and them be doing, bro, watch Katie Taylor on the pads. Watch how I was watching the video where her trainer was throwing fast jabs at her, and she was slipping that shit by inches and coming back with counters, and then coming back. You know she loved her left hook. That left hook is something else. I was like, damn. I'm like, boy, I don't know, boy. But
I mean, the other thing too is like, look, the other thing too is like, you see Andre Ward, you see Clarissa Shields. You see Katie Taylor, you see Vladimir Klitschko, you see Anthony Joshua. What do they got in common? They're all gold medalists. And them Olympic gold medalists, they thrive in competition. They live for the big show, the big fight. So there's a chance we might even see a better Katie than we've seen before because they live for that. Clarissa lived for that. Klitschko lived for that. Joshua lived for that to an extent. Even Floyd, who got robbed. And we all know it. Roy, who got robbed. Evander, who got robbed. They live for that, though. It's in their nature to want to compete, to want to be the best. And that's the cloth that Katie is cut from. Whereas, and I'm not knocking Amanda, it's prize fighting, so the prizes matter. But when I see what Amanda be talking about, like she was on, I think, the Pat McAfee show. And she was talking about the bread. And it's just the conversation with Amanda has always been about the bread as opposed to the prestige and the bread. You know what I mean? She said this might be her last year in the sport of boxing because with who else can she get a payday like this? So that's kind of like an insight into what's really underneath it all for the fighters, what's motivating the fighters. I ain't going to knock Amanda because we all like fucking money. So I ain't even going to knock her like, yeah, if I was going to get a lot of fucking money and I ain't been getting a lot of money, I would have that on the brain. But it's clear that for Katie, she been making money. So it's not about money for her. It's about the show. It's about the history and the legacy and all that different shit. So it's an excellent fucking fight.
Are both of these women Hall of Famers in your opinion?
I mean, Amanda, look, I've had my criticisms about Amanda. Don't get me wrong, right? But if it was easy, we'd have 2, 3, 4, 7 division champions running around. So it can't be easy that she's the only one that did it. So I got to give her that. Even if it was for vacant titles, still, if it was easy, we'd have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, 7 division champions running around right now.
What is your opinion on Jake Paul? Jake Paul being in the game as it relates to how he's helping Amanda Serrano. What do you think Jake Paul is good? I'm not saying boxing, but just good in the sport of boxing from a standpoint of what he's doing
Well, I think
Well, Amanda, what do you think?
I think he did a good thing for her. You understand? But I think it's being overstated because what is this show? A Matchroom show. What platform we watching it on? Watching it on? We watching it on the Zone. You feel me? So it's kind of like the same situation that it always was. They're like, look, at the end of the day, who's paying to put this show on? Is it Matchroom, who always wanted to pay to put the show on, or is it Jake? And what I see, look, Jake, your platform is Showtime. Are they fighting on Showtime? No, you fight on Showtime, but they ain't fighting on Showtime. So I'm not lavishing, I'm not knocking them. You know, I think that he did a good thing and all of that. But at the same time, I ain't gonna act like you the one that really made it happen when they the ones that's paying for it. The Zone is paying for it. Matchroom is paying for it, not you.
But could it also be that I get what you're saying on that? But could it also be that not Amanda, but Katie is the A side. She's the undisputed champion. So you know she's in a position where you know she dictate where the fight is going to happen at. Could that be the case, or do you think that just Showtime just wasn't interested in putting this fight on at all? I don't know the business aspect of it.
I'll say this: I don't think that Showtime was interested in putting a fight or footing a bill for the fight because they experimented with women's boxing. With Clarissa Shields. They didn't have success with that. So I don't really think they were in a hurry to foot the bill for the fight. Yeah, and you know, that's them. And I'm not knocking Jake because it looks like he definitely helped to bring the fight into fruition. I'm not going to belittle his contribution, but I'm not going to overstate it either. This is a Matchroom show. This is on the DAZN platform, and that tells me where the money is coming from. It's not coming from Jake if the fight's on DAZN. It's not coming from Jake if it's a Matchroom show. You know what I mean? If it was coming from Jake, then the goddamn fight would be on Showtime. As far as the fight being at Madison Square Garden, I honestly feel that has more to do with Katie. Katie's based out of New York, and most people don't know that. She live upstate New York, upstate from the city. That's where her
you just beat me. You just beat me to it. Because my next question was, okay, well, if Katie, you know, DAZN is bringing the money and stuff like that, why is this fight being held in New York? Why she's not fighting in Ireland? That was my question. But go ahead.
Well, yeah, I mean, Katie's based out of upstate New York. That's one. Two, Madison Square Garden is obviously a very famous location. To me, all I see is that a lot of what is happening on Katie Taylor's terms because it's on Matchroom's dime. Now, like when you the one paying for everything, right? If you gonna buy pizza, right, you're gonna be the one that decide the toppings. Yeah, I might ask y'all, you know, you want a little bit of this, but I'm the one paying for the fucking pizza. In this situation, it's fucking Eddie paying for the pizza, and he might have a couple of slices with pineapples on it, couple with mushrooms on it, couple with pepperoni, but they the ones paying for the fucking fight. They the ones paying for all that shit.
Hey, so Jay Paul just sitting there, just basically. What is it? What we say in Florida, flogging, short for camouflage. He just flogging, like, yeah, you know.
I mean, I'm just looking. I'm like, look, I saw Amanda's purses. That's my wife blowing up my phone. I have no idea what this woman want to tell me.
Go ahead. Take the phone call.
Let me take the phone call. I'll be right back.
All right, guys. So yeah, man. So Jules on the phone call. You know what, man? See, this is why I have to have Jules on here talking about this particular subject matter because he's a lot more well versed than I am as it relates to women's boxing. You know, I love Amanda Serrano. I'm not even saying lie to you, and I love Katie Taylor, man. I've seen this girl in the Olympics. This girl a monster, bro. Like Chocolatito. Like I don't know why I keep thinking about her and Chocolatito. I just keep thinking about her and Chocolatito because. This woman fight. Hey, Jules, let me ask you, what you think about the Katie Taylor and Chocolatito comparison? Do you see any resemblance in that?
Yeah, I mean, but look, Chocolatito has always been an underappreciated fighter to me. I don't know very many aggressive, come forward pressure fighters that are as defensively responsible as Choco. I think that because a lot of people don't really know what they're looking at, they don't understand that the defense for a pressure fighter is going to look different than the defense you get from a pure boxer. But for what it's worth, slipping, rolling, riding punches, and punch selection, Chocolatito is a generational, once-in-a-lifetime kind of fighter. It's not a lot of people I think are as good on the inside, not even Katie, as Chocolatito. He's just, to me, he's in a class, like I got to put him in there with that Chavez class of inside pressure fighters. They're like, this guy's different. Like Choco is just different.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of times when people think of pressure fighters, they think of Rock'em Sock'em. He's coming in, he's gonna take some punches just to get his shots off. And it's like, no, when you study Julio Cesar Chavez, and I was a Chavez hater. Listen, I didn't hate Chavez. You hate the people who were real good. I'm like, this motherfucker just too goddamn good, man. God damn, but the way Chavez fought, I love Chavez now. I love him. The way Chavez fought, like he's pressuring you, but bro, when you throw a punch, if you miss, he's always in position, perfect balance to land his shots. Plural. When I see Chocolatito, he's coming forward, but he's baiting you. He's making you seem like you see something because he's there. But when you throw that punch, that split second, his reflexes are so quick, which is really very underestimated. That he understands. He's going to throw this. He's trying to throw this check left hook. I'm going to slip it and come back with a counter. I'm going to hit you with a 2-3 punch combination. Then you're going to come back. You're going to miss, and I'm going to come back. Bro, it's like people don't understand.
And he don't load up, which is, I think that's a big part that he's not just, he's not loading up his shots like, oh, well, I'm going to counter him and try to hurt the guy. No, he just let the punches flow. Like what made Larry Holmes' jab such a great, it just flowed. It wasn't a stiff jab. It wasn't a tense. It just flowed. Yeah. If you look at Choco punches, he not loading none of that shit. It just flows. Get the guard down, get the hand free, throw some shit, get it back up, protect yourself, slip, ride, roll, whatever, throw some shit, and it flows. So I see kind of where you going with the Katie and Choco, but it's like, nah, man, Choco is the fucking inside master. Like I ain't seen a lot of fighters like maybe Duran, Chavez, these kind of guys is who I think of Choco on the inside. Like, bro, that dude is a fucking genius on the inside.
Hey, bro, listen. Well, it tripped me out because I did the show on Chocolatito when he fought not too long ago. I forgot which month it was. I think it was February or something of that sort. And I'm like, bro, he put on a clinic. And you're the only guy that I know on YouTube. You cover all of boxing. You have certain people, certain channels and stuff. They just cover like the same 4 or 5, same 2-3 fighters pretty much. But what I admire about your channel, and this is one of my favorite YouTube channels. I watch all of his videos. Editing game is sick. I'm working on my editing right now. I use Camtasia, not Camtasia. I use Camtasia and I use what's the other one I use? I use Camtasia. But when it comes to the women boxing, the way you break stuff down, I've learned so much, just watching your videos. And it made me go back and look at Katie Taylor some more. And I went to running across a whole lot of different videos, different fights, amateurs, stuff in the Olympics. And then I'm watching her training. I'm like, bro, this girl here's a goddamn monster.
Oh yeah, but look, to me, it's entertainment. At the end of the day, it's not championing the cause. It's simple. It's just, is it an entertaining fight? Because at the end of the day, if it ain't entertaining, then I ain't gonna fucking watch it. But 2 girls fighting, yeah, that could be entertaining. Why would that not be entertaining? If it's 2 joints, and I always use this parallel. If you coming out the club and it's 2 joints getting it on, what you telling me? You not gonna watch it because it's 2 joints? No, of course you gonna watch it. It's always been that way. So when I seen Katie, which is really what put me onto it, it was 2 fighters that made me start paying attention. It was Katie and Clarissa because I kept hearing about them. So then I looked at them. I was like, damn, they good. Like, they really, really good. That's what opened me up to like, oh, I wonder if it's other fighters like this. Start doing research. You start seeing fights. You're like, oh, shit. Not only are the fights good, but it's less politics than what I'm getting from the guys. Like, if I want to see 2 girls actually get it on, there's a good chance they are going to get it on before 2 guys get it on. Case in point, we've been waiting 4 years for Crawford and Spence. We've been waiting 4 years for that fucking shit. But that don't really happen that much with the girls. Like, nah, they get it on. You know why? Because they hungry. They not spoiled. And they know it's only but so many opportunities out there. So if you want to make bread, you got to get it on. And, here we are.
Hey, Jules, here goes a question right here about Slim Reaper. He said, what do you think about Ben Rodriguez in the near future? He has that Loma slide. I guess he's trying to say slide to side move in his game. He looks like his future looks.
Bro,
good.
That dude is just a serious look, man. Like Quadras, I picked him to beat Quadras because I'm like, look, Quadras throw punches in bunches, but I feel the time is right for a young, hungry fighter to get him. With Saw, this is different. That dude, like, he ain't the best boxer. Not the best. He ain't obviously not a piece of shit, but I'm saying, like, he's not technical is what I mean. But what he is heavy-handed than a son of a bitch. Y'all see what he did to Choco in the second fight. He just has his number. Like, if Choco is the Patriots with Tom Brady, motherfucking Saw is the Giants with Eli Manning. It's that, like, he just has his number. Like, I hope he never fight that man again, right?
Right.
What Saw has is he's a heavy-handed southpaw. He really hit hard. And Bam is a little guy, jumped up 2 weight classes his last fight, and now he's staying at Superfly. So that's the intrigue. How will Bam Rodriguez deal with that kind of power? Because now you're not just dealing with a volume guy, you're dealing with one of the most heavy-handed super flyweights in the world. He cold knocked out Choco in the second fight. How does Bam deal with that?
Jules, this guy right here said, ask Jules, what does he think about Canelo and Bivol? What do you think? That fight is in 2 weeks.
That's a great fight, bro. It's look, a lot of people, if somebody wanted to see Canelo and Benavidez, I get it. If you wanted to see Canelo and Charlo, cool. If whoever you want to see, all I'm saying is the fight that I wanted, that's literally the fight that I wanted because Bivol, he's durable enough to take what Canelo has, and he's technical enough to bother him. He throws good straight punches from the outside. He's quick. He has a great jab, great feet, you know what I mean? And he's durable. He took a clean right hand from Joe Smith Jr. He was wobbled, but he didn't go down. A lot of other motherfuckers would have went right down off of that right hand. So that's really the fight that I wanted, and that's a genuinely intriguing fight where, Canelo could lose. Like, fuck Plant, fuck Saunders, fuck Smith. This is a fight where Canelo could lose or at minimum look bad.
Shout out to Arlette for dropping that $2. Bam! Super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Arlette says between JP and the brother-in-law is Amanda juicy. I don't know. I don't know.
There's a genuine look. Her brother-in-law, for those that don't know, he got caught a couple of years ago selling performance-enhancing drugs out of gyms in New York City. So when somebody asks that question, there's a precedence to ask. You know what I mean? That there's a precedence to ask because the WBO doesn't do what the WBC tries to do with the clean boxing program. Amanda's obviously in very well with the WBO because most of the titles that she won were WBO titles. Testing in boxing in general isn't all that stringent, much less in women's boxing. So when you take into consideration that her manager and her brother-in-law, same guy, right, was dealing performance-enhancing drugs out of gyms in New York, and not only was he arrested, her and her sister was arrested as accessories. There is a legitimate precedence to ask that question. Do I think she's on something for this fight? Not really, because you're dealing with Katie now. If you ain't never been tested before, right? Not saying that she never been tested before, but I definitely think you're getting tested now. If you was not tested before, you're definitely getting tested now. So I don't get the sense that she's on some kind of performance-enhancing drug.
Shout out to Charles Stevens for dropping that $2. Bam! Super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Hey, man, y'all get the likes up, man. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, man. And please subscribe to my brother, man, Ring IQ Jules, man. He's a phenomenal guy, man. Shout out, he says on the Fantastic Duo, best 2 channels. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Hey, listen.
True.
Hey, Jules, what I want to know is this. We have I think all of the month of May, if I'm not mistaken, I think we have a fight every week.
Yeah.
Which fight card are you put it this way, forget that. I want to ask about this week. Who has a better fight card between Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor and Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez? And your opinion, what's the better fight card?
Just in terms of what you're gonna get out of a fight, right? Like, it's another undisputed fight on Katie Taylor's undercard, on Katie and Amanda's undercard. Franchon Cruz versus Aline Cedar Rules. I ain't going to oversell it. I'm going to just say that ain't going to be no thinking man's fight. Somebody probably going to get knocked the fuck out, being realistic. Somebody might get knocked the fuck out. When I think about the whole card, you got Jesse Vargas, Liam Smith, right? Liam coming out of beating the shit out of Anthony Fowler. You know what I mean? That's another fight where it's like, yo, they going to fight. It ain't going to, they going to fight. It might not be a whole lot of boxing. They going to fight. Mm-hmm. I think about the Matchroom card, honest to God, as being a little better than the top ranked card, because I'm settled on Shakur. And what I think Shakur going to do, he going to slow the fight down. He going to use his jab, use his speed, move and punch, and manage the distance. That's a thinking man's fight. So if I'm thinking about an action fight, I see more potential for action fights on the Matchroom card.
Right. I know, and I totally agree with that, because I was thinking the same thing. I say, man, when I look at the matchups stylistically between Shakur and I saw the interview. I saw the interview that they did last month, but they released it like 2 days ago with Shakur and Oscar Valdez. And he was just saying, he said, listen, man, you know, he was, of course, Shakur is really feeling high on himself. You know, he's been, talking really hyped up about himself and stuff like that. But he said, listen, I don't think you understand. You're gonna, he said, I'm gonna make you quit mentally. He said, because you don't understand, you're not, it's not going to be, you're going to get frustrated when you see I'm hitting you and then you're throwing back and you're not able to hit me. It's going to frustrate you. You know, like, you get what I'm saying? Now, some people may say, oh man, he's fighting like a chicken. He's running. I'm like, no, I don't think Shakur is going to run. He's going to be right there. Yeah. In the pocket. He's going to be there in range in the pocket and stuff like that. But one guy hitting you, you're throwing back, and you're not able to hit him. It does get frustrating. And
it feel like when I say thinking man's fight, see, like if you think about the Heron fight, Shakur was doing his thing. He wasn't backpedaling. He was coming forward, but he's responsible. So it ain't gonna be a guts and glory, toe to toe boxing in the boot. Nah, it ain't gonna be one of those. I feel like it's gonna be Shakur having it his way, because he's fast enough, he's long enough to hit this guy. This guy can't do nothing. Oscar, I don't even think Oscar's a bad fighter. It's just, bad stylistic matchups, they happen. And I feel that's what's about to happen to Oscar. Like, you a good mid-range to inside guy. You got good power. He actually surprised me with his jab in the Burchell fight. But Burchell is a guy that come forward with his chin in front of his goddamn feet. So his chin is there, his face is there for you to hit him with the jab. This different, man. Shakur fast, he young, he's strong, and he got the base style that don't do your base style no favors. So in terms of action, I'm not expecting action in that fight. I'm expecting a one-sided decision, or Oscar might quit. He might quit. Like, nah, I can't do nothing with this guy. I can't do nothing.
Bro, listen, somebody said that yesterday. The yesterday's show was about that. Will Oscar Valdez quit? And I had, a lot of these guys, they see the title of your shows and they think that they automatically jump out of the window without listening to the content, just see the title of the show. And I wasn't saying that Oscar Valdez is going to quit. I was just saying that, hey, this is what Shakur Stevenson told him in his face. And I actually showed clips of the interview. This is what he said. So, and you just piggyback off of that, like he might mentally, like, damn, I can't hit this guy. You see what I'm saying?
Look at X-Man with Lomachenko, right? X-Man was bad fucking dude, man. He was a bad dude. He had a time when he was a bad fucking dude. But he fought Loma, and he checked out because he couldn't hit the fucking guy. Duran with Leonard in the second fight. Like, shit happens, man. Like, sometimes it be a fighter you like. They mentally check out. They just can't get nothing going. And that's kind of what I see for that fight. Like, I would actually like for Oscar to have some success so it could be an interesting fight. But it's like, that base style Shakur got, nah, man, it just don't do him no favors, man. Like, he gonna control the range, control the distance. He gonna maintain enough space that you can't hit him, but he can hit you, and he's fast enough to get away with it. And if he wants to, he'll bring over a straight left hand. If he wants to, it's up to him. But it's his fight to win, and it's his fight to lose. It's Oscar. I'm like, look, Oscar's a good fighter, but I got Shakur on points.
Shout out to Ron Boy Fresh for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Ron Boy in the building.
Received.
Playtime's
Ron Boy
over,
say
boy.
he said they got the dynamic duo in the architecture. He said Shakur via late stoppage Taylor via UD.
That's how I see
What's
that,
up, Slim?
man.
What's up,
But
Slim?
I don't want to give it away because I'm like, look, I want to have some intrigue. I want to do my little thing because it's a lot of fucking fights this weekend. So I was going to save what I'm going to say till Friday. I'm going to just hold that down. But yeah.
Hold it down to Friday. Hold it down. Don't say that till Friday.
But everybody already know I got Shakur winning. Like, I've been said that, like, man, Oscar don't want that fucking fight, bro. Well,
Putin doesn't say, he said, if Valdez goes Nakathila style, trying to play possum, Shakur just going to keep touching him. Touching the openings, at range at his own choice. Yeah, you're right about that.
Look, they wanted Navarrete, and I didn't forget that fucking shit. They wanted Navarrete. After Navarrete last fight, Fernando Beltran went right up to Arum. We want Oscar, and Oscar was with that shit. And the only motherfucking reason that we here right now is because of a contract dispute between Navarrete and Zanfer. If not for that, Oscar would not be fighting Shakur. So that kind of already sets the tempo for me to like, yo, dog, you doing this because you had to, not because you want to, because you had to. You didn't want Jamel because you don't like southpaws with a jab. You didn't want Jamel. Then now you got Shakur, who's younger and faster than Jamel, and it's like it just is what it is, man.
When I watched that interview, Jules, I don't know if you noticed, but Shakur was just telling Oscar, he said, "Look, man, this is what I'm gonna do to you." And in the interview, I think her name was Patricia. She asked Oscar. He said, "What can you guarantee? Are you going to win Saturday? How do you see yourself winning?" Oscar said something of the sort, "Well, I promise my fans I'm going to do my best. I'm in shape. Yada yada yada. I never say whether I'm gonna win or lose. I'm just, I know I'm going to do my best." And I was like, man, Shakur saying, "Look, dog, I'm gonna beat you. I'm taking that belt. This is how I'm going to beat you. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to mentally quit. I'm just on another level right now. You should have fought me at 126. Now I'm at 130. I have more experience. I'm bigger. I'm stronger." He said, "Man, you stylistically, there's no way you're going to win this fight." And he was just so cocky and arrogant with it. And Oscar was like, I'm like, damn, why Oscar ain't, I think he knows he's going to be in for a long night. Now, some people may say that you're hating because you're picking Shakur over Oscar. Some people have told me that. And I'm like, okay, why am I hating because I'm picking a fighter? You got to pick somebody because I don't pick the fighter that you like in this particular matchup. I'm hating, and I get it. Some of these fans are that way, but you're breaking it down from a stylistic standpoint.
Yeah.
You're not looking at it from you're just saying from a stylistic standpoint, this fight, in your opinion, is just all wrong for Oscar Valdez.
Yeah, I mean, look, see, I guess I'll put it this way, right? No one can accuse me of being biased against Oscar because I actually scored the Conceição fight for Oscar. Unlike many people, a lot of people felt he lost that fight. I didn't. But what I saw in that fight was a prelude to the Shakur Stevenson fight. I saw a good, long boxer with some good feet, good jab, good movement. That really fucking bothers because he looked bad in that fight. You looked terrible in that fight. Shakur is levels above a Conceição and faster. So it's just like, bro, you going to lose a decision. And you know what? I don't want to question Oscar's character, because if I say that he's going to quit, that's kind of what I'm doing. But yeah, this is boxing. This ain't a fucking sitcom. People mentally check out sometimes. It happens. When you're not having no success, yeah, you could check out. You know what I mean? You never know. But at minimum, I got Shakur winning the decision. At minimum.
So what do you think about the people who may say, hey man, Oscar Valdez, he trains with Eder Reynoso. Eder Reynoso is trainer of the year, 2-time trainer of the year. He's training with Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is the face of boxing right now. So he's getting all of that experience. Shakur Stevenson doesn't have the benefit of training with the Eder Reynoso or Canelo Alvarez. What do you have to say about that for people who may say that?
Look, Eddie ain't the one that's going to fight the fight. You know what I mean? I remember when Freddie Roach was a star trainer and everybody thought that he had the Midas touch and quickly found out, no, he doesn't. You got Pacquiao, and that's cool. Pacquiao is Pacquiao. But not every Freddie Roach fighter is Manny Pacquiao. So with Eddie, look, I think Eddie's a great trainer, but I think it's overstated. The rapport and the relationship that he has with Canelo to where they work seamlessly together spans decades. He's been with that man since he was a child. You know what I mean? That's not going to be the same dynamic for Oscar. Even if they do get along, it's still not going to be the same thing. Canelo understands and adheres to instruction perhaps maybe he does it better than Oscar, or maybe it's just that Canelo's a more gifted fighter than Oscar. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's not like Eddie is mass producing Canelo clones out here just because Oscar trained at the Reynoso gym. Like, look at fucking Andy Ruiz, bro. He trained at that fucking gym. You know, look at that motherfucker. He got dropped by Chris Arreola. So the Reynoso factor to me is not a factor. It's not a factor. He's not gonna fight the fight for you, and neither is Canelo.
Hey, Jules, let me get these other super chats out the way, man, and I'm gonna let you wrap it up. Shout out to D Webb for dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
D Webb, he said, what's your thoughts on Haney versus Kambosos, Jules?
Here's my thing, and I've been saying this for a while now. I didn't just say it during the Kambosos situation. I've been saying it for some months that I feel the reason that a young fighter like Devin Haney isn't exhibiting as much punching power, even though he has speed, is because he stayed at the weight too long. And, you know, I see him take shots. I don't like his body language. I feel like he's a big lightweight who is now draining himself to make lightweight. You're going to Australia. George knows those Australian judges are going to be looking for all kinds of rounds to give him, man. All you got to do is be aggressive. I've seen it. That's how they do it down there. All you got to do is be aggressive. So Haney has to be in rare form. I hope that he is. You know, like, I don't have a horse in the race. If George wins, good for George. Good for Australian boxing. If Haney wins, hey, good for Haney. You showing up guys like Davis, guys like Ryan. It's a win-win for me. But I will say, I do feel, yeah, Devin's in the shit. Because even if he wins, he has to go back. He's in the shit. That's how I feel like. Look, it's not a great deal, but the alternative was actually worse. You don't go down there. You don't fight George. What the fuck are you going to do? You can't get Ryan in the ring. Look, Ryan ducked Devin. I'll say it. Ryan ducked Devin.
Yeah, he did that. He did that, yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Javante, even if Javante is finally starting to maturate to where he sees through the bullshit, what are the odds you get a fight with him, though? What are the odds? You know what I mean? So your alternatives to George, even though the contract that you signed is a shitty fucking contract, what the alternative was shittier. So it's like, you know what I mean? You're doing what you got to do. And that's why I respect him as a man. They're like, look, it's not a perfect situation. That's how life is. Sometimes it's not a perfect situation, and you still have to do what you have to do. That's what he's doing. Win or lose, he has my respect. Just, I don't care if he lose. He has my respect. Why? Tell Ryan to get on a fucking plane and go to Australia. Bet you won't do it. Tell Javante to get on a plane, go to Australia. Bet you won't fucking do it. You know what I mean? So Devin deserves, really to me, Devin deserves respect devoid of the victory, because a lot of these fucking guys would not do that. He doing it.
Hey, Jules, you know what? And come to think about that, I have a different take on it. You're right. If the reason why you say Devin has to do it twice, I say he has to do it once. I'm gonna tell you why I say he has to do it once. If he loses this first fight, he don't get a second crack at it. From what we've learned, I've been hearing that's out there in the public. So this first fight is the most important thing he has to win. And if he can win this fight, he'll be undisputed. He can make history. So I mean, that's how I see it. Now you are right. If he wins, he's going to have to go back and do it a second time. But if he don't win this first fight, he don't have to worry about a second time. What do you think about that?
True. But see, look, Devin in his mind is not going down there to lose. He's going down there to win. So in a scenario where Devin wins, the way that he be winning, he don't go in there and beat the fuck out of guy to where I don't even want a rematch. Nah, he don't beat the fuck out of guys. He a decision guy. You know, maybe he'll outbox a guy, but he don't beat the fuck out of the guy to where the guy going to say, like, nah, I don't want to exercise a rematch clause because I don't want to have to deal with that. JoJo could have went to the club after the fight. Linares could have went to the club after the fight. Like, bro, them guys wasn't no worse for wear. And Linares is, you know, God bless him because he's a very exciting fighter. He always was. But he chinny as shit. Like, if you can't take out Linares, it's like, you're not the guy that's gonna make George say, "Nah, I don't want that rematch. I don't want it." Like, nah, he'll even if you
I call him Killer Cam.
Yeah, like, yeah, I mean, like,
Cam.
But he not the guy that's gonna make somebody say, like, "Nah, I don't want to get hit like that again." Like, nah, you know, yeah. So look, he's in the shit. I respect the hell out of him for doing it. but he's in the shit. He is in the shit. Like, bro, you got to beat this guy 2 times, really.
Hey, let me get the super chats out the way. Shout out to Charles Stevens for dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
I got a couple of more I want to read to you. Someone asked a question, Jules. He said, Capricorns, it is. So my birthday is December the 25th. Yeah, my captain, when I was in Nation Islam, my captain, one of the guys who trained me, his birthday is December 25th as well. Shout out to Captain Keith Muhammad. Shout out to Diego Rico for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, I'd rather watch the grass grow. I guess he's talking about the fight between Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevens. Based on what you were saying about the style and stuff like that. This is a question for you right here, Jules. He say, ask Ring IQ if he believes Crawford versus Spence happens. What do you think about that? If not, what will be next for both?
Look, for a long time, I was very pessimistic. Year after year, I would say it's not going to happen this year. It's not going to happen this year. This is the one year where I say, look at the corner that Spence is in. You got the winner of Jaron Ennis versus Custio Clayton trying to get the Spence by way of the IBF. You got a Montes Stanionis trying to get the Spence by way of the WBA. Those are both high-risk fights. For risking it all with those 2 unbeaten, hungry guys, you might as well fight Crawford, right? Because if you go to 50, ain't no money fights at 54. It's just bigger guys than you at 54. So that's not even really an escape. You got these hungry motherfuckers, and you got motherfuckers at 54 that'll try to make a name off you. Your safest alternative might actually be fighting Crawford. And it's the most bang for your buck fight you could have because, look, 54 is a fun division, but ain't no names up there. Ain't no money up there. For the money that's up there, you might as well stay a welterweight. But you need a way to get around these 2 guys. The only way you can get around them and stay a welterweight champion is to fight for undisputed. So maybe it happens. Maybe we get Crawford versus Thurman this summer, right? Because Spence just fought. He ain't about to go back in there right away. He just fought. Maybe what we get is Crawford versus Thurman as part of the rumored 2-fight deal. Crawford versus Thurman. Thurman gets knocked the fuck out the way I've been saying he gonna get knocked the fuck out. And then we get Crawford versus Spence.
Yeah, I mean, I've been hearing these rumors from these certain people, but no one showed in the receipt. So you know how we is about these sources say stuff. Jules, I'm gonna let you hold on. I'm gonna let you wrap it up, man. I know you gotta go. I thank you for hey man, I want to thank Jules so much for taking the time out. Are you going live tonight? Let everybody know how they can find you.
Well, I might go live later. You can look up Ring IQ Box and Talk here on YouTube. Ring IQ Talks and Box.
I dropped the link.
I misspelled this shit on Twitter on purpose, though. And Ring IQ Box and Memes on Instagram. All types of funny shit.
I'm going to drop the link right now. Is there anything else you want to say as it relates to the upcoming fights that we have this weekend? Excitement? Can you just stress the importance of how we need to support this fight between Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor?
Oh yeah, I mean, look. This the main shit, right? Because I'm not into championing causes of virtue signaling. If you want to watch an entertaining fight, right? Watch that card. People gonna get beat the fuck up on that card. I know, I fucking know it, bro. They're gonna get beat the fuck up. Watch the fight, man. Because at the end of the day, it's not about championing a cause. It's about the product. Is it a good product? Yes, absolutely, it is. I'd rather watch them fight 10 times a day than watch Frankie Sanchez once. That's just me. I can't watch Frankie Sanchez. I can't do it.
Frank Sanchez, you can't.
I can't, bro. Look, I can't, bro. That Ajagba fight sucked all the fucking air out the room. Got a good air. We had just got a good one-sided beating in Helenius versus Kovnowski. In comes Frankie Sanchez. Sucks all the fucking air out of the room, out of the whole. That was one of and it was late. Bro, I'm fucking old. I don't want to watch this shit after 11. The fuck. Wrap this shit up, man.
Hey, Jules. Hey, listen, man. Jules took the time out, man. To come rock with us. I really appreciate it, Jules. This has been a long time coming. Again, I cannot express the importance of listening to Ring IQ. The reason why is because what he brings to the game in the sport of boxing from an education standpoint, you learn a lot about just his overall boxing brain. And it's not tabloidish. You know what I mean?
I
You know,
dig it.
this the same old, you know, we going like I showed you guys over here. Okay, this is what this guy's doing. This is a curiosity headline because you know I went to copyright school. Oh, he's trying to provoke emotion. This is a sensationalism headline, and I showed you guys how to study the patterns, how to look at the thumbnails. See, all of these thumbnails are pretty much very similar because it works. So Jules is not that type of guy. He's a really he's a boxing brain, and he knows a lot more about female boxing than I do, and I'm learning a lot from him as it relates to that. And you know, I like to try to bring people on who know more than I do. That's the way I learn. So salute to my brother Jules, man. Much love. He took his time out. Let's give him a round of applause before he go.
True.
Hey Jules, salute to you, fam. Hey, thank you for coming in, brother. Hey, he might go live tonight, so please be on the lookout. Please be on the lookout. He might go live tonight. Hey man, listen, man. I really appreciate my brother coming on, man. I really do. Let me go ahead and get these super chats out of the way. I learned a lot. Jules got me want to take Jules just gave me a different way of looking at things. I'm like, damn, boy. Damn, he broke down some valid points. You know what I mean? That I kind of like glossed over. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go in the lab and you know, really do some thinking and stuff like that. You know, but I'll probably just go ahead and stick with my pick. But what I did learn, I didn't know that Katie Taylor had a gym here. I didn't know that, you know, she was here in the States and she was training upstate New York. I didn't know that. So I learned a lot about that. So that answered why the fight was in Madison Square Garden, her being from Ireland and everything. Shout out to Edwin for dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your board.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, Katie Clinic, Canelo, something special. He'll show. Okay, for sure. Catherine, what you say from me? Say Valdez from my hometown, Sonora, Mexico. He say stick with our own heart versus brain. Shakur is very talented, but we seen experience beat skill. Salido versus Lomachenko. Okay, cool. Ain't nothing wrong with sticking with your own, but understand that there's nothing wrong with people who ride with Shakur Stevenson. There's nothing wrong with them sticking with their own as well. Nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? You can make the argument both ways for sticking with your own. There's nothing wrong with that. Shout out to Jonathan for dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, will we see Devin Haney bleed or hurt? We'll find out when they fight. You know what I mean? You know, I can't predict. You know, I don't. You know, of course, none of us have a crystal ball, and we all have our opinions as to how we think, you know, the fight would play out and stuff like that. But the only thing that we're going to be able to see, you know me, guys, this is the type of person I am. You know, I'm the type of guy. You know what I mean? LL Cool J. You know what I mean? You gotta go back. LL Cool J. I'm the type of guy. I'm the type of guy that I believe what I see. You see what I'm saying? I don't like to do hypotheticals. Yo, man, well, you know, my fighter beat that dude, so we don't need to see those other fights because we know what he'll do to him. No. The only way you're going to know what a fighter is going to do, you will have to physically see it. Once you see the fight and we have a result, then it clears all doubt. You see what I'm saying? I like to clear all doubt by seeing it. I don't like saying that, you know, hey, my fighter don't need to fight this guy because of such and such. No. It doesn't work that way. Not with me. Old school doesn't work that way. I like to see the fights. And I'm not going to make arguments for why we shouldn't get certain fights. I'm not the guy that's going to be on the internet. Oh man, you know, well, shoot, my fighter, you know, he made $2 million last weekend. My fighter fight from this state and this and that. Like, I'm gonna just do a whole breakdown of what I see going on the internet, and as it relates to boxing. And I told you guys, a lot of these boxing YouTube channels, it's more like tabloids. It's more like tabloidish. It's more like you know, soap opera type stuff. You know, 10 or 20 different variations of the same video, same fighter. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Coach, we did it first. It's Steve Kim.
Shout out to Steve Kim, man.
We did it first, and we motivate even the greats.
Even the greats.
What's going on, Steve?
Hey,
Talk
Coach,
to me.
no, I'm actually driving on my way to Las Vegas. You and Julius have done a great job breaking down the fights. The other ones I'm actually driving to in Las Vegas. I'm about an hour out from the MGM Grand and staying with my friends. I just wanted to, give you a heads up. You guys did a great job. A couple things here. I was able to be on part of a Zoom call with Eddie Hearn before I left LA. And for the record, Coach, right now they've sold 14,000 tickets for Serrano Taylor. And Eddie Hearn says he expects or would not be surprised if every single ticket is sold by Saturday night. So they are trending towards being very much close to a sellout. Also, the other thing is, I did ask Eddie if they ever thought about making this fight a 3-minute round per fight over a 10-12 rounds. They said it was never really brought up.
Okay.
For this specific promotion. And also, Coach, you talked about the why are women's rounds 2 minutes. It originally was a safety issue. They felt, with the changing physiology of the women compared to men. And this, you trained. There's like different bone density, muscle mass, and all that other stuff. And also, Michaela Mayer made a point to an interview before one of her last fights. I think it was the one against Amadou. She said, look, if you're going to make us work another minute per round, we want to be paid more. And let's be honest about it, Coach. I don't know if a lot of promoters would then want the 3-minute rounds if they have to pay these women 33% more for the work they're going to be putting in over, let's say, 10 to 12 rounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you make a valid point on that. Hey, Steve, what's the capacity of the Garden?
Look, okay, according to Eddie Hearn, this particular event, and I've been there for other fights that have been sold out, it's right around 17,500 to 18,000.
Okay.
So that's a big crowd. I'll be surprised. I did not think it would sell this well. I know the pre-sale did very well, and my ticket broker friend, who I trust for all things of this nature, Jim Boone, and the sales have been very, very good. Also, the fight in Las Vegas sold pretty well. I think they've opened up the upper bowl at the MGM Grand. So you're going to have two fights 3,000 miles apart, which are going to have significant audiences. And according to the Zone, both of these main events will be taking place at separate times, Coach. So your audience will be able to watch both Stevenson and Valdez and Serrano Taylor separately on Saturday night. Keep that in mind.
Man, Steve, thank you so much, brother. I'm so excited about this Taylor Serrano fight. Bro, you have no idea. I'm very excited about this fight, as I am looking forward to the Savannah Marshall and Clarissa Shields fight. So, are you dropping an article on this fight as coming up?
Yeah,
you and Mario.
Here's what I did. My next column for Stack, it deals with Valdez Stevenson, and the reality is, Coach, you and Julius talked about it. I don't know of a single person picking Oscar Valdez. I really don't, and I'm talking about trainers, fighters, guys like you and me. Other writers. So as much anticipation as there is for this fight that I'm driving towards right now, I'll be the first to admit Serrano Taylor is much more of a competitive fight based on the perception. And also, if you look at the odds, I talked to some odds makers, guys that gamble for a living. Coach, in the beginning, Shakur Stevenson was about a 3-1 favorite. Now, coming into fight week, he's almost 6.5 to 1. So all the money is going on one side. That's the Newark. Think about that.
Yeah. All the money's going on Shakur.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering if I'm going to the wrong fight here.
Hey, Steve, thank you so much, man. I hope you have a safe trip to in Vegas, brother.
No, absolutely.
We did it first.
I try to be on for another hour before I start parking. But anyway, great show, and I'll keep listening. Okay, Coach? Have a great weekend.
All right. Shout out to Steve Kim, man. Shout out to the legendary Steve Kim. Phone lines is open, man. I'm opening up the phone lines. Shout out to Diego Rico for dropping that half for bam dub on your board.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, why aren't they reading my super chat? Sir, I read your super chat. You probably wasn't, I don't know if you was listening. You probably missed it, but I did read your super chat, sir. I read your super chat. I really did read it. I read it. Phone lines is open, fam. 530-494-9636. 530-494-9636. Phone lines. So anybody want to call in, talk about any of the fights you want to see this weekend? We're gonna rock for about another 10, maybe 15 minutes. I just want to get some phone calls in if anybody want to call in. But Julius a Ring IQ, man, that I rocks with him heavy. You know what I mean? I really that's one of my favorite YouTube channels. One of my favorite YouTube channels, breaking the fights down, blood boxing. When he get into his old school stuff and he go to breaking down fights from a historical standpoint, I really like that. You know what I mean? But anyways, back to what I was saying. Like I can give you a perfect example right now. A lot of these channels are doing a lot of tabloidish stuff, and basically making 10, 15 different variations of Terrence Crawford. You know, so you have a lot of channels are doing that. It's coming from pretty much the same community. We ain't got to say no names. We know who they are. Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, different variations, stuff like that. And I told you guys that the way this YouTube stuff works, it's a money thing. It's a money thing. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna give an example right now. You got to know how to study the trends and see what's going on. And I'm gonna give you an example of what I'm talking about. No, as a matter of fact, I don't have to do that. I can do this. Hold on. Let me give you an example. Give you an example of what I'm talking about. Let's see. Let's pick this guy. Let's pick this guy right here. Let's pick this guy. We'll go to Boxing Nemo. We'll go to Boxing. I'm gonna give you guys an example. Then we're gonna go to one of the Alphabet Boy channels. I'll show you what I'm talking about. You know, as I told you guys, I'm really good at this stuff. I'm really good at this stuff. I get it. It's a hustle, right? All right. Here we go right here. So this is the game. This is the YouTube game, right? When we go right here to Boxing Nemo, I'm doing a class on this as well. So strap season, Errol Spence training for Terrence Crawford. Bam. Errol Spence is back training for Terrence Crawford. Bam. Look at the thumbnail. He used pretty much the same thumbnail. I understand the thumbnail game. Right now they're trying to accuse Terrence Crawford of cheating because he's with Snack. He's been with Snack for a couple of years. That's the narrative that's being pushed right now. You know, now this is an aerosexual channel, and you have quite a few aerosexual YouTube channels out there. But I just want to show you guys how this shit works. So, you know, the way YouTube works, guys, like every channel pretty much has their own built-in audience. A lot of them do. So you have, you know, when these content creators look at their analytics show that, hey man, you know, this thumbnail converted very well. This title converted very well. You got so many watch time hours on this. This is how much money you're gonna make on this from a ad revenue standpoint, dealing with advertising that's gonna be on your video, stuff like that. And this how many views this got. So Boxing Nemo, he understands, hey, this is what my fans want to see. Every time I drop a video dissing Terrence Crawford and big upping Errol Spence, then I get a lot of views. 19,000 views, you know, 13,000 there, 35,000. Your lies exposed. This is a curiosity headline for sensationalism right here. And then they circle Snap with the arrow. Oh, Victor Conte, you know that he was busted, you know, had a steroid ring in the 90s. So they are insinuating that, hey, Terrence Crawford is taking drugs in order to get ready for Errol Spence. So this is the kind of effect that he wants to get. Right here, another variation of the same talking point. You know, right here, the same thing, another variation of the same talking point. You know, so this is what's going on. This is what's going on, right? So right now they're on this. Let's go to another one. Let's go to Fanon. Let's go to Fanon. Prove my point to you guys. This is what's going on. Know this game very well. I know this game very well. This guy's I can tell you before I look on it, this guy's gonna have about 20 different videos with Terrence Crawford's name in it. Understandably so, and I'm gonna show you the numbers. Right here, you got Brutal, you got Ennis right here, ta-da. Then you got Crawford and Spence again. Andre Ward talks Errol Spence and Crawford. You know, this does very well for him 5 hours ago. Whoa, Terrence Crawford has trouble. You know what I mean? That's a curiosity headline, a sensationalism headline in the media. That's what that'll be. That's what that'll be in the media, copyrighted, right? Another one. Errol Spence sleeping on Terrence Crawford. There we go again. Javante Davis re-signing with Floyd. Bam. Whoa, you see what I'm saying? That did 20,000 views. Right here, Errol Spence responds to Crawford. That's another Crawford video. Whoa, Errol Spence hiding drug test. That's another one. And they got Crawford right there. Terrence Crawford fights Keith. That's another one. Okay. Whoa, Errol Spence too strong for Crawford. There you go. That's another one. Okay. Let's continue. Terrence Crawford defeats Errol, says Sugar Ray. That's another one. Okay. This is an aerosexual channel as well. You got to understand this. So basically, here goes another one. Right here, this is the same thumbnail. The only difference is they swapped out Tyson Fury for Floyd Mayweather. You know, Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford, best fight, yada, yada, yada. Look at the thumbnail. Greatness in the making, but not this smart. You know what I mean? So these are curiosity headlines, different variations. I can go to an Alphabet Boy channel, and you're going to see the same thing. So, you know, I'm going to do a training program just showing you guys, and look at the consistency with the thumbnails. The reason why he does his thumbnails like this, because it works with his audience. It converts. I need a tune-up, Crawford, and he's looking at I'm up next. So this really got their interest. Oh, wait a minute. Is he saying that Terrence Crawford need a tune-up? So what happens is you'll see guys, they won't even listen to what he's saying. They'll see the headlines. And you have a lot of people, they look at headlines and titles and they run with it. Crawford need a tune-up. And then these aerosexuals will run around different YouTube channels. Oh man, your man need a tune-up. And he know what the big fish gonna do with this and that. These content creators know exactly what they're doing. They know they have a low IQ subscriber base, and they're feeding their low IQ subscribers. And this is what it's all about. It's nothing personal, guys. It's just business. This is how they make money. This is how these guys feed their families. And that's why I say it's become tabloidish, like the National Enquiry, the Inquiry, stuff like that, TMZ, you know, clickbait titles, curiosity headlines, thumbnails that work, and that's what it's all about. That's the game. That's the game. That's the game, guys. That's the game. That's how it goes. You see what I'm saying? So I just wanted to show you guys, this is the game. This is how it works. You know, I'm going to give you 20 different variations of the same fighter. You know what I mean? And it works because he has a build. Put it this way. Look at it like this. It's like a news network, CNN. CNN has their own built-in audience. Their audience wants to hear CNN type stuff. They want to hear, we hate Trump. Trump is a racist, critical race theory, racism, white supremacy, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. They say that because they know it's profitable, right? Fox News, something totally different. Fox will talk about whatever it is that the conservatives talk about. You know what I mean? They'll talk about and I don't even know exactly what they talk about, but they'll talk about the opposite of what CNN will talk about. Fox will talk about probably the Second Amendment, gun rights, maybe funding the police, this, that. Their audience likes that type of stuff. YouTube is the same thing. These YouTube channels is the same thing. They have their own built-in audience, their own built-in fan base, and they know what their fan base wants to hear. When I go on, I use a software called TubeBuddy. I have it right here on my phone. And I use TubeBuddy, but I have YouTube Studio on my phone. And when I look at my analytics, I can look right here and I can look at engagement. I can look right here and see. I can look at reach. Let me see. Hold on. I want to give you guys an example. Shit. When I look at my analytics on my phone, I can see which video converts the best. And they give you hints. Hey, man, you need to study this particular. What was the reason why? Here it goes right here. Understanding your performance. On here, they have something called understanding your performance. On my stuff right here, it's in the green. It says you publish more videos driving more channel views. My performance is doing pretty well. I don't have 50, 60, 70,000 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers, but I haven't had a YouTube channel for 5, 6, 7 years neither. So I haven't been doing this longer than those guys, and this is what it is. But this is the game, guys. It's just business. It's just business. And that's all I'm saying. I'm the only guy on YouTube that's going to tell you this. That's going to break this down. Not only am I going to break it down, I'm going to show you. I'm going to put together a class, and I'm going to show you guys how you are being manipulated, how are you I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it to show anybody who wants to get involved in content creation, what it is, you know, how to build a channel, what you need to do, and that's all it is, guys. That's all it is. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's what it is, fam. That's it in a nutshell. That's it in a nutshell. You know what I mean? So everybody, he say, Coach, you cleaned up that sources say clickbait. Yeah. Ever since I exposed sources say, you don't see nobody, you don't see these guys from the Alphabet Boy community or their affiliates saying sources say, because I exposed that sources say stuff. You know what I mean? Now they still use different ways to clickbait you to get you to click. Remember, YouTube is all about, getting you to click, right? I'm just being honest with you. It's about getting you to click. Once I get you to click, I have to have content that's engaging enough to make sure that people will want to listen to what I want to say. So if you hate Crawford and you are a dedicated YouTube channel, hate Crawford YouTube channel, then you're going to put out mostly different variations of hating Crawford. You see what I'm saying? And if the numbers are doing well, why stop it? You know what I mean? And that's what your audience wants to hear. So, don't get mad at these guys. I used to take it personal last year, but don't get mad at these guys. This is just business. This is how they eat. This is how they feed their family. Now, I don't mess with none of them myself, but I'm just letting you guys know what the game is, so you'll know. You see what I'm saying? Draper Wright, he said, Coach, I'm an Errol Spence fan, and I listen to you every day, and I respect what you're doing. Keep it up. Yeah, I appreciate that, fam. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. D Webb says, he says every channel panders to their audience, Coach. You all do to a degree. Well, I mean, it depends. Like, it's one thing to pander to an audience, but it's another thing just to start making up shit and clickbaiting and stuff like that. When you got 20, 30 different variations of the same subject matter, that's something totally different. I'm not knocking nobody for what they do. And then, truth be told, D-Web, people like you like hearing stuff like that. So since you like hearing stuff like that, these channels are out there for people like yourself. You see what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that, fam. There's nothing wrong with that. Me, I ain't knocking it. I don't give a damn. You know what I mean? I don't give a damn. Everybody have their own lane. Everybody have their own niche. You see what I'm saying? You like what you like, fam. You like what you like, okay? It is what it is. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's going on, boss? It's Truth Over Narrative, calling from Maryland.
Truth Over Narrative, calling from Maryland. Talk to me, fam. From Maryland, talk to me.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, man, first of all, man, I want to tell you I appreciate you. I'm a member of Chicken Talk, you know what I mean? And you came in our space a couple times, even spaces that wasn't Chicken Talk, and we done talked a couple times, man, so I do appreciate you for showing that love that way.
Yes, sir.
But I wanted to talk about one of the fights this week that people not really talking about, and that's the co-main for Serrano Taylor, and that's the Jesse Vargas versus William Smith fight. I think last time we seen Jesse Vargas out, remember he lost to Mikey, but he gave Mikey some good rounds. I think Liam Smith, he fought Anthony Fowler. He beat Anthony Fowler. I think it was some months back on his own card. But I think that's a fight that people was sleeping on for this weekend, man. I want to know what you think about that one.
You know what? While you're talking to me, I'm trying to look up the actual undercard. I didn't really know who all was on the undercard. I do have the zone myself, but I didn't know who was all under the undercard. But who was the fight again? You said
Jesse Vargas and Liam Smith.
Yes, I didn't know that. So Jesse Vargas and Liam Smith. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Who is Jesse Vargas fighting?
No, they fighting each other. Remember, but I'm saying before that, Jesse Vargas, he coming off that loss to Mikey Garcia. So remember, he fought Mikey.
Oh, Jesse Vargas moved up.
Yeah. Well, he fighting at 54. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. See, I didn't know. You just educated me on something. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know he had moved up to 54 because, again, I haven't heard from him since he fought Mikey Garcia. And I think Mikey Garcia.
Yeah, well, I remember he was running for mayor.
Yeah, he was running for mayor. Yeah, I didn't know that. I got Liam Smith in that fight, man. I'm gonna go with Liam Smith in that fight. I'm not. I'm not really that impressed with Jesse Vargas. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm not.
No, me neither, man. Me neither. That's what I wanted to ask you. Man, I do appreciate it. Like I said, man, I'm on Twitter more than YouTube. I got a YouTube channel as well. But
what's your Twitter? What's your Twitter? I'll follow you on Twitter.
My Twitter is A-Side Boxing Talk.
A-Side Boxing Talk. Okay. A-Side Boxing Talk on Twitter. Okay, I'm gonna follow you, fam. As soon as the show ends.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Coach.
All right. Shout out to my brother, man. Shout out to Truth Over Narrative, Carter from Baltimore. Salute to you, fam. That's on Twitter. I'm gonna look the brother up. Follow him on Twitter. I'm on Twitter too. You know, I'm trying to collect all the belts on social media. yeah. I like Lil Smith, man. I didn't even know Jesse Vargas was on the undercard, bro. To be honest with you, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna look it up and put it up right now, man. I want to give everybody, man, a round of applause, man. We're gonna wrap the show up, but I want to give everybody a round of applause, man. I just want to thank Julius for stopping by. Ring IQ, y'all, please go check that brother out, man. It's one of my favorite YouTube channels. I really like the way he break things down. Very funny, very sarcastic. You know, Capricorns are very sarcastic. He's very sarcastic, but he has a hell of a boxing mind. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Yeah, man, let's do this OJ Jew Man style. You know how we do it, man. Let's give everybody a shout out. Let's go ahead and do it like this here. Shout out to my main man, Ron Boy Fresh. Shout out to Dantes. Shout out to Chicarelli. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Damian Bennett. Salute to Lonnie Laughlin. Shout out to the Queen Love Green Eyes P. Shout out to my brother Charlo. Shout out to Ahmed. Salute to Knockdown 305. Dade County in the building. Shout out to my brother Thomas Jones. Shout out to the Queen Fistiana Fights. Salute to the Queen Misfit. Shout out to my brother Retro Boss in the documentary. Salute, fam. Shout out to Schoolo X-Mon. What's happening, bro? Shout out to Mark Nash from the ATL. Rider of the Storm. Carl Hunter Hansen. From down under. Shout out to Philly Fly. Shout out to Adrian Big 30. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365. Shout out to Ace Lee. Shout out to Dr. Paul Evans, the good doctor. Shout out to Mr. Paz. Shout out to the Queen Arlette. Salute to the Queen Lisa Bales. Shout out to my brother Smith and West, man. Detroit versus anybody. Shout out to Punch Perfect Boxing. Shout out to Here to There. Shout out to my brother True Gritter 402 from Omaha, Nebraska. Shout out to Malcolm Roach from Houston, Texas. Shout out to Hell Hero Elite. Shout out to Jay Rodriguez. Follow Bond. Philo 58. Shout out to Dean West. Shout out to Jim 82. 2 Matador. Shout out to Will Sargentson. Shout out to Jason Dockery. Salute to Miguel Chartico. Shout out to the Queen Carmen Serene. Shout out to Dragon Leg. Shout out to Kathy W. Salute to Ralph Reacts. Shout out to Ronald Finkley. Salute to AB Sounds. Shout out to Troy Graham, Arnold Moketsi. Shout out to Tony Boswell, Tony Tone. What's happening, bro? Shout out to Bush the Cannon Man, Cassidy, Bernard Burton, Mike from Boston, Arthur Hawkins, Big Hawk from Maryland. Shout out to Big Hank, Hector Garcia, Manny 209, Dos Cientos y Nueve. Shout out to the Queen Deborah Booker, W Right Side. Shout out to Lil Right Side. Shout out to Just a Fan. Salute to Lady Shan Dunham Season. Shout out to Mr. Pragmatic. Shout out to Drummond Full Life. Shout out to Javon Soto. Shout out to Kenny Slim 501. Shout out to Low Key Serious. And let's do this. Let's give shout out to Steve Kim. Shout out to Truth Over Narrative from B More. And shout out to who else called? And salute to my main man, Julius, man, from Ring IQ Boxing. Y'all, you guys please subscribe. We will be on tomorrow 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Let's give some more people a shout out. Shout out to Lynn. Shout out to everyone who gave a super chat. I really appreciate that, fam. Ron Boy Friends. Everyone who gave a super chat. Salute the AI. Other than that, that's it. It's our boy Coach Malachi Williams signing out. New Media Today USA Boxing. Salute to all of my haters and detractors. You guys have really helped us grow. We will be at 13,000 within probably before the month, by the middle of the month. You guys have helped us grow. Keep on hating. Keep talking about me on other platforms. Keep talking about me on the other Alphabet Boy channels and other channels. That really helps me out a lot. I really appreciate it. Please keep calling in. Please keep threatening me. Please keep sending me threatening messages in my DMs on Instagram and in the comment section. Please keep doing that. You are helping me grow. We know you ain't gonna do nothing, but I really appreciate that. And let's do this, man, Devin Haney style. We're gonna do this Devin Haney style right quick.
They come and see me. They come in to see the Temptations. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Devin Haney, this is for you and your fans, sir. See you guys tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.